Hey, I'm Will Wheaton, and I have just received a dump truck full of gold bullion to tell you to watch the Scene Snobs.
Dude, we're so bad at this.
Good morning, all you cool cats and kittens. How are you doing out there in Snobs universe? As Mick and I have already been discussing for about 30 minutes this morning.
I know, we were up so early. We got on so early and we were talking, and thank God you saw that. Because and it was right at 7 o'clock too. You're
Right,
like, we gotta go live, we gotta go live. I'm like, I wasn't paying attention at all. We could have continued that conversation for a straight hour, and I probably would have never looked at the time.
Easily.
And but then you guys wouldn't have heard it, and
we would have disappointed some people who are already here this morning.
You're definitely having some fun with it, though. Paul's here. What's going on, Paul?
Morning, Paul.
Gentlemen and fellow Morning Snobs family. I love it. John Wass. I'm seriously digging the music this morning. I thought it was upbeat. It's a little peppy. Gets us going.
It feels right. It feels right. I was rocking out to the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Heads Will Roll earlier. So that was fun. That was a good morning wake up jam.
That's your Friday morning wake up jam from Casey.
That is today. Enjoy. Crank that puppy.
Since we can't actually play music on this radio show.
Yep, that's what we do. I'll just start sending them out. Just gonna telepathically let you know that this jam will make you happy.
Listen, everybody, if you're a musician, all right, and you're listening out there, you're watching, and you own the rights to your own music, and you just want a fun little Friday morning show to start playing music, send it our way. We'll play it, and we'll give you the credit, of course, because you deserve the credit because you wrote it and performed it and did all that stuff. Exactly. And we're literally just playing.
I know John is one such person.
There you go. I put it out there to all. My morning alarm was the final countdown this morning.
Strong.
My energy level.
Europe is a good way to go. What are you at right now? You're like at a 2.
I am at a 2. You're legit about that. Like I'm not. I'm like a turtle at the zoo. Like I know everybody's watching me, but I'm like, I'm just gonna move my pace.
And you don't even have to worry about food anymore at that point in your life. If you're a turtle in the zoo, man, food will come. You're cool.
That's my wife's diet plan for me. She just lays a piece of lettuce across the room, and I have to like slug towards it.
That sounds incredibly effective.
It's very sexy. It's a sexual situation.
Alluring, if you will. That's the strangest spin on 9.5 weeks. I don't think you guys saw the whole movie.
No, you see what happens is we call it the Jabba effect. So I just get naked and slide across the floor while she, just in regular clothes, stands there and says, "What are you doing?"
As you're all, I totally see it. Hot. Well, the funny thing is when you put me up there sometimes, because you'll call me and make me do like it's a really weird thing when you throw me in there. I mean, I'm not asking you to stop. It's
but
weird.
Beforehand, it's just like, hey, here's the baby oil. Lube me up.
Every time.
Everything. My wife's still standing there like, what are you guys doing?
What is wrong with you guys? Which actually she asks a lot. So that is a fair question.
Me just being naked, looking like Brendan Fraser in a Darren Aronofsky movie.
I love that's a valid reference now.
Such a close. And the movie hasn't even come out yet in mass.
But, luckily for you, he's going to be not attending the Golden Globes.
Good for him, man. Really?
Yeah. Apparently he stood up and he said he'd had enough. Good morning, Jason. I don't know if you wanted to read off.
Have fun with the sequel. See, that was a brilliant emoji. That's
Thank you very much. It's one of the few things I have in my arsenal.
I love it. I guess that's all the sounds they used for scrotum crumb.
Yeah.
Salacious scrot.
Salacious scrot.
No, tell me. So Brendan Fraser is a great point.
Yes,
and it's a good place to start. Go ahead.
The Brendan Fraser thing. So thanks for my lead-in back to my point. So, that was awesome. God,
and now back to Casey
right
in studio. Listen.
Yes, and now back to the Brendan Fraser story, where he has had enough of the Hollywood foreign press. And due to his assault and the fact that they didn't take him seriously when he came forward with his allegations, has stated that he has had enough of their bullcrap and will be moving on with his life without attending the Golden Globes, which he is nominated for.
And like I said, good for him. I mean, with everything that's happened to him and his kind of return to form, he's not losing. He's not like, okay, I can jump right back in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I dig that. And I appreciate him for that. I've always appreciated Brendan Fraser for just like how he presents himself, how he acts. He always seems very friendly, caring.
Being a human. Like he's just a good human.
No. We've learned a lot, and that's not being human.
Being a great human. He's one of being really solid, who's like just a guy trying to, I mean, he's seemingly kind. We don't know what he does. He may strangle kittens. I'm not saying Brendan Fraser strangles kittens. Let's not get anything crazy out there. I'm saying he could. Hypothetically, we see approximately, it's like an iceberg effect. We see 1% of the dude, you know? It could be what he wants us to see. It could be, you know, groomed and curated.
Yeah.
But I hope it's not, because he seems like a great guy. A very stand-up human.
I think he's just been through a lot, and that's a tough situation. So Jay Stiller says he loves him in Airheads. As do I.
Great in Airheads. Wonderful.
I love
and
that
Steve
show.
Buscemi. I love that they all kind of play similar ages, but Steve Buscemi's like 25 years their senior, if not older.
And he wasn't. That's the funny part. He wasn't that much older than them.
No chance, Lance. Come on.
All right, I'm checking it. Brendan,
you got to look this up, because I don't know if I believe that.
Brendan Fraser is exactly 53 years old. He was born in 1968. And Steve Buscemi is 64 years old, 1957.
Okay, so 11 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, but like 30 years ago, that's not like a huge difference. It is.
That's true.
I mean, like, look at Connery and Harrison Ford. Connery was only like 13 years older than Ford in that movie.
What?
In Last Crusade, yeah. In life, he was like 13 years older.
Oh, wow. That's so weird to me. It doesn't seem right. It feels wrong. It does. Everything I've seen of them, for the most part, has been through portrayals on screen. So, I mean, makeup does a hell of a thing.
Honor with the smacking women lines.
Oof. Yeah, okay. Some of them are hard to watch. It's tough to go back and be like, wow, you need a fresh one? It's like, what? Wow, these are problematic. Just chill out, man. You don't have to jump to that.
Yeah, he was 12 years older than Harrison Ford.
Oh my giddy aunt.
Yep.
That is wild.
There's so many of those though. Like actors are gonna do a thing. Like Meryl Streep, look at how many times she played a mother. She played a mother to like somebody old enough to marry Jim from The Office. Forget the name of the movie.
Marvin's Room?
No, it was the one with Alec Baldwin and Steve Martin were in it. It was a Nancy Meyers movie. How do you not know a Nancy Meyers movie?
I don't know. It's morning time.
Dude, I don't know how you haven't moved to New York to become an ad executive. And especially during Christmas time. That's your whole...
Dude, here, you've got to give me at least 2 more years. And I will be at a point where I'm going to be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move into the big city. And I'm going to see if I can conquer this thing. And that's where I'll find love. Something ridiculous. There's going to be a wonderful Hallmark love story, which will just be absolutely fantastic.
I don't know if I've told the story, but I'm going to anyway. So we were hanging out one time. It was a bunch of us, and I can't remember who was it. It might have been Hans who said it. And for anybody who doesn't know Hans, actually, you've done interviews with him on the show. He's a filmmaker. He's very good. You guys should check him out.
Hans Gruber?
No, Hans Augusto. I think it was him. I think we were all hanging out, Scott and all them. And we were watching a Nancy Meyers movie, but I can't remember the movie. And it was like New York and maybe at Christmas time or something, but like everything looks magical in New York City or whatever.
Yeah, Rockefeller Plaza, baby.
And somebody at the party said, yeah, that's what New York looks like this time of year. And like Hans, without missing a beat, goes, yeah, if you're a fucking white person. And I lost my collective shit. Like it was by the way, Hans is an African-American man. It was just for context in this whole situation. But the way he said it was just like, yeah, that's not New York. Nobody's ever seen that. New York is more like a healthy mix of Wall Street and Daredevil. That's New York. It's a little nicer now.
Fascinating. I mean, okay, yeah, there was a time. There was absolutely a time for a while.
It's not an Nancy Meyers movie, I'll tell you that much.
No, it is not. You don't get very Rob Reiner-y feeling going through there.
Shut your mouth about Rob Reiner.
I love Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner makes the fictional worlds we deserve.
I'm saying say When Harry Met Sally, that's not a New York City I ever freaking experienced. So
that definitely wasn't New York City in the 80s.
It was not New York City in the 80s. It was just, probably shot in Chicago.
Dude, I don't think I ever realized how bad that area was growing. Like, I guess when you're living it, you don't realize how bad it is.
What, Central Park? It's terrifying.
Like, I've been to Central Park 100 times, maybe. And I never thought of it like that. But of course, I'm talking about like in the 2000s. I went.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. That's when we used to hang out.
Yeah, there were a few times that I saw Central Park like that.
Yeah,
I was younger when we would go like for us, we were mostly taking trips down there to see the Rockettes at Radio City Music Hall, which was pretty dope.
I've actually never been to Radio City Music Hall.
Oh wow, I did something in New York you've never done.
Well, I can guarantee you a lot of people have done stuff in New York that I've never done. I don't do the tourist stuff.
That's fair.
In fact, I only I mean, I've done some.
I love that your anti-travel, anti-do stuff mantra.
No, I did.
Mantra has been around for a while. No.
There's a whole hidden New York City.
But you have a whole chunk of New York City that you just decided not to do. You're like, nope, other people have done it.
I don't like lines. I don't like lines. I don't wait in lines.
But you're saying you couldn't find a time to go up to the Empire State Building? You never went up to the Empire State Building?
All right. That was the one I was going to say I did. But that wasn't for me. I was dating a girl at the time. She really wanted to do it.
So, well, goodbye.
And it was Christmas time. So, like,
come on.
You got to go.
Come on.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, I did it.
It's awesome.
I wonder.
I'm proud of you.
All the women that I've dated right now are like, wait, I don't remember. Did he take me? And then if they remember if I did, yes, you're the one I'm talking about. If they don't remember me doing that, you are not the one I'm talking. Oh, let's see what everybody's saying. I need to watch Airheads after work now. It's such a good movie.
Yes.
That and Encino.
Brilliant.
And Brendan Fraser wasn't even the star of Encino Man. That's the best part. Like, it was Sean Astin and Pauly Shore. Who's coming to Winchester, by the way?
Who Sean Astin is?
The Weasel, Pauly Shore.
Oh, really? What's he going to be doing out these parts?
He's going to be performing at BarkBox. Going to do stand-up.
Sweet.
Sander is also 60, right? And he looked the youngest.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm with you, Mick. Lines suck so bad. Yeah, I don't wait in them. I don't like them.
Not a fan.
Also, those stairs in the Statue of Liberty suck. Never did the stairs. Yeah. Never went to the top.
One time.
It's different though. And Sturdy, I see you. I'm coming at you, buddy. But I'm coming at you. Let's just do it now. Sturdy, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
out
to
of
you.
tune because this is copywritten. But we love your face.
Jay Sturdy.
Robert Goulet singing happy birthday to Sturdy.
Robbie Goulet, happy birthday, Sturdy. Hope you
Christmas
have a
on the
ski bop a
bayou.
doo pop kind of a day.
Happy birthday, buddy. Had to put it out there. Paul says happy birthday too. Thank you. We appreciate you, buddy. We appreciate you coming by. So going back to what I was saying though. So the Statue of Liberty could be seen from everywhere I lived. Like it was right there. Like we lived in the Jersey City's right on the harbor. So like you could see the Statue of Liberty everywhere. So for me, it's like, I guess it's like one of those, like, you know, a lot of people don't really visit the landmarks of the places that they live.
Okay, I get that. I get that
You
to
know?
some degree, but I figure you would have to do it once. You'd want to at least see them. You want to be around those, you know?
I'm good. Like it's
New York Public Library. You didn't go there?
I mean, I've been there, but not for visiting for like Ghostbusters reasons, which wasn't even really shot there. But I've been to the New York Public Library, yeah. Like, but it's the New York Public Library.
To read books?
No, just to see the stuff. And I think I went with Lenny. I forget why we went. It was years ago.
As long as it wasn't doing any reading.
But there's like a whole underground of New York City, like that just exists that people don't know about. Nobody ever goes and checks or goes and sees, and they should. Like don't be stupid, guys. Go
to the seedy underbelly that Mick Manhattan recommends.
No, it's not even seedy. It's like nice. Like you would. There's so much to do.
Go to the pleasant dark side of New York City that Mick Manhattan recommends.
Go to the pleasant dark side. There's just places to go, places to eat, places that are so hidden that they're not even hidden. They're just like, you're not looking. Actually, LA is the same too. There's always something going on somewhere in LA. And like you find it in the most weirdest spots. Like you don't know how to get anywhere in LA.
I can confirm. I was there for a few days. It's a weird place.
It's like there's parties, there's nightclubs that just pop up in place. Like I remember one time we parked. I think we were going when we got to Lucky's Tavern at the time, and it was like a really cool burger bar spot on Hollywood Boulevard that I like to go to. But you park behind the front, like so. If you go behind. Basically, if you need parking anywhere in LA, you got to go behind the buildings, the main business buildings. That's where everything is. So we parked back there, and it was like Saturday night, and like just gorgeous people are going into like this backyard, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? But they're not going into a house. They're like walking down this aisle, and like I just had to go in and follow and see what was going on, and it was a party, but it was like an officially sanctioned. Like there's like a bar there and everything to like, I don't know. But LA is just weird, man. I love it though. But New York
sounds eclectic. I like eclectic. Well, New York City's the same way. Yep. Every massive city has their little holes in the wall, and especially ones that live through Prohibition, man.
No, I'm not talking dives. No dives. I'm talking about like luxurious fucking places you go to. Oh, damn it.
We were at 69. We were at 69. We could have rode 69. I didn't even get a chance to mention we were at 69 because we keep talking. And I knew eventually another one was going to pop out too soon.
Oh, did I curse before? I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I forgot. Well, you write that down. I'm just a bunch of people are saying happy birthday. Jace Taylor says happy birthday to my co-host Sturdy. John says, I've only been to New York City once. I almost rescheduled that vacation because it was in October 2001. It was weird being in a huge city that was so incredibly quiet. That's true. Yes, it was. John, I bet that was a fascinating experience. It was not. I know we don't always talk movies on the morning show, but we saw The Menu last night. Solid 8 out of 10. I'm going to see it today.
I do want to see that. Is that Anya Taylor-Joy?
Yeah.
I am full of hope and excitement for that movie.
Me too. It looks really good. I'm going to see it today after the show.
Score.
Happy, hey fellas, happy birthday, Sturdy.
What's
What's
up,
up, Radar? Mr. Wass, I felt like I would have felt like 28 days later. Good morning, Radar. Mr. Dunn is a really accurate description, and that is a really accurate description.
Yeah, the 28 days later thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was one of the reasons I always loved, like most cities when it snowed. New York City when it snowed and like would half shut down was so cool. There's
a turning effect though.
Yeah.
Because like Christmas time when it snows, you're like, this is magical.
Oh, because it is. Because everyone stays in for the first couple snows. Because everyone
then
plans
January
those.
2nd snow, it looks like the apocalypse.
Yeah, it's gray. Everything is gray. There's gray everywhere. This is just terribly gray. It's like ash. The ash of your soot of your soul has been just thrown into piles that you have to constantly slosh through and slip because there's random ice patches everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does it tell you about the human condition that once a year for like maybe 6 weeks, we want all of the magic and all of the giving and all the caring and being kind human beings. And then immediately after that 6 weeks, we are like, I hate you all. Like we can't even contain this to want to feel. We want to feel this way
because it's so much work to be nice and to be kind and to be caring and considerate and giving, so that there's a snapback effect. So after we've given all we can bloody well give and be expected to give over 6 weeks, because we bought all the presents, we've spent all the energy, we might have donated all the things, maybe donated time, we might have been caring and considerate, we might have held doors for people and smiled and ordered for people in front of us just randomly, or people behind us, whatever direction you want to go. But then we just kind of quit because it's hard, and it's also fun to be snarky. And in our friend groups, we're more often to be mean to outsiders. So, duh.
Just be shitty. The shitty show. Oh, God.
Double whammy. Like, that was a 1-2 Conor McGregor right there. Two peas in a biscuit, Chief.
I love how snow muffles the sounds of the outside world, even when people start going back to normal patterns.
That's so great. That silence over vast greatness is so delightful.
After my last job, I'll never be out during snow again. That one kept you going. You know, slept there and just like, I don't know if I'm getting home in a couple of days. We got to see how this goes. We got to see how this plays out.
We're gonna send it to the booth and let them decide.
But now, like, not doing it. There's other men who are better than I. They can go do that.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
They plow roads.
I did there, Casey?
They plow the roads. You're right. There are people out there who take care of making
sure that
your friends and family are safe on the roads. There's other people than me, but I appreciate it.
Just say you appreciate it, you dick. That's not a curse.
Hey, I'm trying to be caring and considerate and kind.
For 6 weeks.
For 6 weeks.
I can't believe.
Maybe I'll go 7. We'll see if I can create a New Year's resolution out of it to ensure that I quit by the 4th week. So
I like it. Dude, I can't believe it's Thanksgiving next week.
I'm still mind boggled by that statement.
It was just October, Casey. It was just October.
We were just hammering through everything we had to do for a crazy October. And then, like, I don't know what happened. This haze hit of like, well, for me, it's a thing called WORK. So I was so focused there after being so focused. Like, it was a weird experience. And now all of a sudden someone told me yesterday or last week, they're like, hey, Thanksgiving's next week. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? It doesn't register. That's not a real thing in my time frame, which also proves to me that time doesn't matter. It's fluid. It's a river. It is whatever you want to call it. It's just a weird thing that we use to basically schedule our lives until we die. So, man, don't worry about time. Be excited that we get a huge meal in a week.
That's true. Listen, I'm with you. I'm just saying, like, it just threw me off because I had been thinking Thanksgiving's in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm prepping stuff for 2 weeks away. And then I realize I'm going through and I'm just like, wait, let's start doing the math on my fingers because I do that.
Smart.
If my phone is not readily available, I do it on my fingers. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, wait, Thanksgiving is next week. That means December is like the week after.
Yeah.
I'm like, and that's like all life planning like that. I'm still planning for Christmas. I'm still trying to get everything situated. You know, my wife starts planning for Kimball's Cookies is back in full effect. So like,
yeah, I know she's been rocking out. Had some delicious ones, by the way. That pumpkin spice was the business.
And, you know, she made that without the pumpkin extract, with actual pumpkin.
Wow. Ooh.
So you ate a fruit.
Yeah, but it's a vegetable. It's a gourd.
Oh,
and I like it. Yeah.
Is pumpkin a vegetable?
It's a squash.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Mm-hmm. Of the squash familia.
It's so sweet to the taste. I automatically think fruit.
When it has sugar added.
I thought if the seeds were in, like, wait, how does it work? What is it? There's something that separates a vegetable from, if the seeds are inside, I guess it's a vegetable. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah. You're lying to me, Casey. It's your fault. What's the rule here?
I love how confused you've become over pumpkins.
No, I believe you. I believe pumpkins are a vegetable.
Let's find out if squash are fruits.
I don't know. I'm going to look
it
up.
Is squash a fruit? I know. I want you to look this up.
Squash a fruit or vegetable? Explain why. It's a fruit. Squashes are fruits.
Oh, there you go.
Tropical fruits include,
like a guava.
Wait, but why are we arguing squash? We should be arguing pumpkin. That's where it started.
Okay, well now check out pumpkin. Is pumpkin a fruit?
I'm going. It's a fruit.
There you go.
Oh man, I was right.
You were right, and I in fact love fruits.
Wait, I thought you hated fruit.
I do most fruit.
I'm so confused by it now.
I mean, it's not all fruit now because I can't keep saying that when I'm legitimately eating fruit now. So,
all right. Well, what's the fruit that you eat?
Despise it. Well, I do frozen grapes.
Okay.
I like any and all citrus. So,
like oranges and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep, love oranges.
Okay.
Well, I mean, mandarins and cuties are not even fair because that's barely oranges. It's like, sweet, delicious nectar candy.
It's true.
So apples are still kind of crap.
I'm
just not a big apples guy, to be honest with you. I mean, I'll eat apples.
So that's why he didn't become the doctor.
They're fine. They have their place. I despise baked apples. I think they're mushy nightmare hell.
What about like an apple pie?
It's like literally the worst thing you could say in my life.
I know.
Hey, you want this slice of apple pie?
I know everybody
it's a no.
Who's watching this now or later is saying to themselves, "Well, why are they talking about Casey eating fruit?" And I'm going to give you a little background because legit, I thought Casey was going to get scurvy at some point.
That is fair. I'm not exactly. Well, no, I always drink my OJ. I love fruit juices. I love fruit juices. Fruit juices,
but that's sugar, right? That wouldn't count, would it?
Say what?
Does that count as like the vitamins and minerals you need from fruit?
Yeah, vitamin C is what fends off scurvy. You can get that shit in a pill. Dang it,
Well, that's true. You could. I sold that at Vitamin World when I worked there in high school. That was like the number one.
Please tell me it actually said anti-scurvy.
Does it?
No, I'm asking you to please tell me that. Lie to me.
I didn't read the labels.
Lie to
16.
Me. What's in a label?
Oh my god! Yeah, labels. Let's see what everybody's saying because they got a lot of opinions coming up. All right, John says Thanksgiving is next week, and I'm already sick of Christmas music. It's too soon. I've held out. This
is my thing. I keep hitting. So we have this local station, 97.1, where They just kick in automatically. And it used to be Thanksgiving. And then somewhere down the line, I don't know, it was like 4 or 5 years ago, just out of nowhere, it's every day after, like November 1st. They click right over into Christmas music, and I am not ready.
I turn it off.
I'm struggling a lot, so I'm really hoping, like, because I started my rom-com kick, so now I'm getting ready to go full on Hallmark. I can't believe it's already time.
It's time, dude.
I can't believe it's already time.
Before we go there, I just to kind of talk to this point real quick of Christmas. You know me, I like to start when you see Santa at the parade. That's Macy's Christmas time.
That's your starting
decorating the whole night.
Yep.
So for me, I don't really listen to Christmas music now. Sometimes, like if it pops on, I hear it on the radio and I want to hear it, fine. But it's mostly hold out, and I've held out pretty good this year. Except yesterday, I had to watch Christmas Story Christmas and the Santa Clauses.
Mm-hmm.
And so I watched them, and it didn't feel wrong, but it felt kind of like I wasn't quite ready. That's why I think I needed that extra week that doesn't exist between now and Thanksgiving. It's just like I was like, I needed a little bit extra time.
If you believe hard enough, I'm pretty sure you could make it happen.
I could make it happen.
You could do it. I believe in you.
It is funny with Hallmark, though. You see all this like fighting between Hallmark and Great American Family, the new fake Hallmark.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh my God! What is your so Candace Cameron Bure, famously known as DJ on Full House, or the sister of Kirk Cameron, famously known as Mike Seaver on Growing Pains in the 80s.
Yeah,
I should just write it like that.
It's a good one. I like that.
And then, so she came out speaking out about how her new channel that she's kind of spearheaded as the actor stepping in, Great American Family,
and director. She's a director.
Director too. Well, she's making these. So they're it's basically Hallmark with a little more Christ in it.
Yeah, it's Jesus Hallmark.
Jesus is Hallmark. So it's Hallmark movies.
Jesus would watch that Hallmark channel. Yeah.
I don't think he would. I think people really overestimate what Jesus would do.
Yeah, I think people go a little crazy with that. So the whole thing that really got me here is that Candace Cameron Bure is first of all, I didn't even put together that she was the sister of Kirk Cameron until literally you just said it. For as many things as I've known in my life, that has been a shrouded mystery to me. You have opened my eyes, and I'm a little blown away by it. And I gotta say, it's taken me a minute to recover from that one. That's like, what? Really? Oh my God! Yep. I can't unsee it now.
Nope.
That was a very special moment. Thank you. She
gave that one too.
Yeah, she's coming out with this whole.
That one was for you, Casey.
No, thank you, Mick. So she's because Hallmark has embraced that there are LGBTQ members of our society and have made some movies and plan on going forward with a couple movies about it. People like Candace Cameron Bure have come out and said, that's bad. Watch our channel where we don't do that kind of riff-raff stuff.
It's true.
Something along those lines. I don't know how their people would say it.
She said it, not an exact quote. And I realize that we are a show that could be prepared and talk about it, but I don't care about her words, but for a fact and for this telling this story, she basically came out and called we do movies with traditional marriage values.
Yeah.
Traditional, of course, unquote. Because and Hillary Burton from One Tree Hill, who's married to Jeffrey D. Morgan now, came out, who does movies on Hallmark. And she's like, you bigot. Like, she went after her. There's like quite a few people who went after her. But I guess the guy Abbott or whatever, who was the CEO of Hallmark back in the day, now runs Great American Family.
Right.
And that's what he wanted. He wanted more of a Christian-based thing. And fine, whatever. I mean, you have
that's your fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's hateful, but you have your base.
Yeah. There are people who are going to watch it. I mean, that's been a thing. There are lots of Christian channels.
Yeah.
There's lots of TV with that. Pat Robertson's got his own show. 500 Club is still around. We see all that junk. I get it.
It's so weird too, like because a lot of those aren't Disney Channel. I understand they buy the ad space, but like I think it's called Freeform now, but it was ABC Family, and then before that, I think it was like Family Kids or something.
The golden era of ABC Family.
That's the 700 Club, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't invest my time enough. Like, you remember the TV show Sherlock?
Yeah, love that show.
When they asked, like, what revolves around this, does the sun revolve around does the earth revolve around the sun or blah, blah, blah. And he didn't know. He was like, I don't know. He's like, I have no idea. And he's like, I can't, that's me with you. I mean, it's useless knowledge, but that's me with more useless knowledge where it's like, that's the stuff I don't have time for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the 700 Club is. I don't know who Pat Robertson. I have no idea who he is.
Bob Patterson, whoever Bob Patterson is, we're sorry for besmirching.
Sorry, Bob Patterson. We care about you.
We love you, Bob.
He's a serial killer somewhere. It's like, we love you, Bob. You're the best. 827 women in out of his closet, and it's just like, you're the best. You're no religion for you. But that's just kind of where I'm at. Like, I don't understand any. I've seen them. Them. I know they exist. Because I think they used to show Buffy and Angel on TNT. All right,
they did.
I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but just bear with me.
It comes back around. You're talking about Buffy and Angel. I'm in.
Fair. They used to, and I think Charmed too. Like TNT used to show them all in the morning.
Charmed has that block going still. It's still going.
But they would show
still rolling.
This is, I'm going back years, and one channel up from TNT where I was up in, I think it was at the time it might have been Jersey. I don't know. I don't 100% remember where I was. If you just click the button up, the channel button up, you can go right to ABC Family, and then at like 9:00 they would show Step by Step, and I love that show.
Yes,
but Boy Meets World and Step by Step, so I love those shows and I wanted to watch them.
Yeah, it's a classic block, man.
But you had to wait.
I was in love with Al.
She's still around. I think she's on Facebook. Not Facebook. What's the other one? TikTok.
Is she in the Facebook? Oh no, she's trapped in Facebook.
I mean, they probably are on Facebook too. So I would keep switching back and forth to see when it would start. Because I didn't pay attention to a watch or anything. So it's just like, is this going to start soon? And it was always like, I guess the 700 Club. I think that's the one it was. Mm-hmm. That was a long way to go around and tell you that I've seen the 700 Club.
Around the world and back again.
That's just how I roll, man. That's how I do.
That was pretty solid. But I mean, it is what it is, because I remember the 700 Club usually when I was like drunk or getting home from work at a crazy hour, home at like 3:30 in the morning.
Casey says drunk, but it was actually Casey says drunk, but it was actually holding his Bible, kneeling in front of the TV. God, I love you. I love Jesus.
There was a time. That was before the hangover drunk thing.
No, I agree. I mean, me too. Like, went to Catholic school for 12 years. Like, I did that sentence.
That's a fantastic way to put it.
But it was that was the prison where all the guards wore black and white.
Yeah.
Because they were
the penguins.
God, I hated nuns. I don't even care. I don't give a shit if anybody. I'll take that one because I did. I can't stand nuns. I never have been able to. I can't. Too many bad experiences.
You just thinking about nuns is enough to be like, you know what? I will spend money to curse about these awful individuals. Like, you have such vitriol towards them. I love it.
I hate nuns. I've been hit by way too many nuns to like them ever. And not just hit by nuns, but then beat when I got home because the nuns are never wrong.
Well, yeah, of course.
So screw them. I don't care. You can't have sex so you beat up kids. Like, that's just basically what a nun is.
There's a lot of repressed anger in that.
Oh my God.
I get it.
I almost went to a really bad joke, so I'm just going to go to the comments. All right. My biggest worry month of the year is October, and most of the month has been recovering. I don't blame you, buddy.
Yeah, Radar, I feel you.
All of the music, John, bring it, laugh out loud. Yeah, I'm with you guys on Thanksgiving. It doesn't seem right.
Just not yet. I'm not saying it's not gonna.
It's so fast. Because all right. So and I think I've said this to Casey before. I've always equated becoming a parent. I've always used the analogy of, remember when Tony Stark gets sorry, he starts perfectly. You know when Tony Stark in Avengers gets thrown out by Loki and he's falling to his death, and the suit comes out last minute and goes on and completely encompasses him, and then he goes up and he just starts fighting, and the fight doesn't stop for like a while.
Yeah.
That's parenthood to me. Like your wife is pregnant and like, yeah, things are crazy and you're kind of getting ready and you're doing your thing and you're not really prepped, and then like she says, my water broke, so that's like being thrown out of the building, falling to your death. Mm-hmm. But the suit catches you last minute, and then for the next at least 18 years,
bare minimum,
we're fighting the Chitauri, and it's
no, and that's, you're really not wrong.
I just want 18 to come so I can eat my shawarma.
Yeah,
just to rest for a minute.
I just need to sit for a minute. Just need to sit for a minute.
So I don't know where I was going with that.
So Christmas time coming up.
That's what it is.
Christmas
okay,
music
so a more minuscule. I really want. I could have just used the analogy for Christmas time, but I had to tell the whole parenting thing. So
that's better. It gives context.
Yeah. So that's what Christmas time. I feel like once Thanksgiving hits, like you have to prep for Thanksgiving. So not Thanksgiving itself, but like that Monday, I feel is like we got to be ready. Thanksgiving is coming.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I could not agree more. And I've got
it never stops
this weekend, so it's actually hitting today. So today starts my we got to get ready.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. So, because Mary and I already talked about we got to clean the house so that way we can decorate when it's time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And we have, people coming over. I think you're going to North Carolina, aren't you?
I don't know yet.
Oh, all right. Well, you got to know.
Moments away from finding out. I'm going to know this afternoon. So.
Well, let me know, because then you can always come over if you want.
Well, I've got several invites to several Thanksgivings this year.
So this is the Mick Show. No. I get
2 hours of Micksplanation.
Listen, if you don't come, that's okay too. But you are invited. That's the key.
I appreciate it. That's very kind of you, and thank you.
Now let's see what other people are saying. You've offended me. No. Shout out to Kimball's Cookies. They're individually packaged and fresh, and the best damn cookies you get. The designs are also unparalleled to any other. Did she just send you some? I felt like she just sent you some, Paul. Let me know if she sent you, because I know she was sending out to some people. I do enjoy a good pumpkin ale.
Same as John.
You would love a Kimball's cookie with it. Toasted pumpkin seeds are amazing. Oh, we're back on the pumpkin talk. This is fruit, people.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. We've carried on with too many different conversations.
That's true. People don't want to deal with orange peeling anymore, and that's parents. Parents don't want to deal with orange peeling.
No, we're done. Well, that's why you got orange slices as a kid. Because I peeled 2 oranges and I went, that's enough.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're right. That is exactly why. And now I have diabetes. The big leap from one stone to the next. But it
couldn't have possibly been I don't know, maybe just don't eat that other slice of cake.
I don't like cake that much.
Not anymore.
Yeah, my feet don't like cake.
Not this gluten-free bullshit. No, I call myself.
You did. I'll give you that. Jason, the music is fine. I would just prefer if it didn't start until after the debacle of Thanksgiving weekend. Halloween is all that keeps Christmas from invading summer months.
Truth.
We all have a pumpkin pie and a sweet potato pie for Thanksgiving. I have pumpkin pie. I don't eat sweet potato pie.
I really want both. And that sounds really good, Paul. Really good.
Sturdy, you got it right there, buddy. Traditional marriage is, and I'm not even going to say just in your mind, is loving and respecting your partner. It doesn't matter who that is.
Absolutely, 100% agree.
Unless it's Hitler.
calm down. That's twice you've mentioned him this morning. What is going on with you?
No, that's once on air.
Yeah, I'm well aware of what you said on air, but what you said off air was a good 5-minute rant and turned into
give
a
him some
laughing
context. Don't just say I was talking about him on air, off air. Like,
So
hey
here's
man,
Mick
you know who's
just
misunderstood?
going, hey,
you know, like
you know who really loves coffee too?
no, I was trashing him.
Good old Meth Head Adolf.
Moral Oral. Wait.
Oh, Moral Oral was amazing.
I have no idea who that is. I don't even know what Bob Patterson is.
It was a cartoon. I don't even know about Bob Patterson.
That's him, right? That's who it was, Bob Patterson.
No, Moral Oral was the Cartoon Network claymation show. That was like a late night show on Adult Swim.
With the parted hair, and I remember that. Was that a Christian thing? Was that Veggie Tales back in the day?
It was making fun of like WASP society. Maybe Mormons. That might have been Mormons. They're easy targets.
You know, I should have people call in.
Do we have
Facebook.
a thing? Can you do that?
Yeah. If you want to call in with a topic or a question, you can do that. But do it on Facebook.
Interesting. We'll see how this works.
There you go. And the reason I say that is because Jason Taylor says, speaking of 700, you guys should get a 900 number. 1900 the snob.
19 and call it 1900 the snob.
Oh my god.
Hi, would you like to hear some Tony Goodtime entertainment news? Dial up 1900 the snob and let your local operator know you want to connect with a snob. It's great. I love it.
Oh my god. So let me ask you this, Case.
You can ask me.
As a Hallmark fan, kind of going back to what we were saying.
Yes.
As a Hallmark fan. And especially you don't watch like the mysteries. You just watch like the love stories, right?
No, God, no. No, the mysteries are awful. I mean, okay, hold time out. I watch the mysteries when I'm with my stepmom.
Okay.
So she loves them. And I have to admit that sometimes they're fun. Mostly for the ridiculous acting. But there's legit sometimes some decent stuff. They stumble into a halfway decent story. But yeah, all about the primarily Christmas movies. Anything Lacey Chabert.
Oh, not even like
2010, 100%.
Not even like all year round romantic movies.
No,
Mostly just at Christmas.
It's pretty much just a Christmas thing with Hallmark.
Okay. So all right. Let me ask you this about Christmas. Because we are doing a Black Friday episode, but this is before Thanksgiving.
Right.
So let's talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
One, what's your feelings on Thanksgiving as a holiday?
I think it's one of my favorite holidays. The one where you're able to just hang out with family and friends and just easily get along. There's not a lot of pressure because you don't have to bring anything particular. You don't have to get that perfect gift. There's no pressure if you can't afford a gift and, you can't do stuff for others and it's difficult times. It's different. Thanksgiving is just show up, hang out. It's mirth and merriment and food. And food is the greatest way to connect with other humans. And I love a good dinner party. So
yeah,
Thanksgiving
that's true.
rots for that.
I've always been a bigger fan of, like, I love Halloween. I love Christmas.
No, Halloween's A1.
I get in. I'm all in on them. But Thanksgiving for me is like the perfect bridge. I've always enjoyed it. I've had more Friendsgivings than Thanksgivings. I mean, I did when I was a kid. Don't get me wrong, and they were fine. Or I always really enjoyed Thanksgiving. But for sure, like it's such a great. The Friendsgivings, I think, are what give me the best memories.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Sure. And I like that aspect of it because you're going to see all your family during Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I always thought being with friends on Thanksgiving, especially like when you live in LA, Friendsgiving is because nobody goes home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because nobody's from LA, so they're all going home for Christmas. And I can attest, I stayed in town when I lived in LA during Christmas because I had to work on some stuff. Mm-hmm. And it is a ghost town. There's no traffic. There's no one there. You can do whatever you want. It is nuts, and it's
depressing. You can do whatever you want. Well, maybe just pump the brakes.
It's Mad Max. I'm telling you.
It just immediately goes lawless, man. It's 1 week. It's just crazy. It's the purge.
Just do whatever you want. They're all gone. That and Sunday mornings in LA. That's what it's like. If you ever want to travel anywhere or do anything like see the outside sites and stuff, or get good parking, go out on Sunday mornings at like 7 a.m. Nobody's coming out until like 10 a.m.
Fair enough.
You can get tons of stuff done. You can actually drive from Hollywood to Santa Monica in like 5 minutes. Nobody's on. That's your LA tips from Mick.
Ding.
From 10 or 11 or 12 years ago, however long I lived there.
Yeah, this is not recent information.
This is what it was 12 years ago.
I really liked it back in my day when you could just sit out on the street in the middle of the night and no one would be coming through. Just watch.
Remember the Zoot Suit riots? I do.
We had the one street lamp, and we just watched it turn 3 different colors. It was a wild time.
Oh, man. I almost cursed. I didn't say it, though.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty funny that you were right on the tip of it.
So I always like Thanksgiving, and as I got older, I learned to appreciate it more.
Thanksgiving is definitely one of those where that just any place you have a meal, and I always have had good experiences and good meals. So Thanksgiving and Easter kind of earned that right, even though I don't really, I'm not hip to always all the messaging and stuff. Like, I mean, Thanksgiving was problematic. We took people and put them under our boot heel. That was pretty cool. And then just eradicated most of them. Wait, forget about that part.
No.
Listen, just forget about that.
If you take anything in America and you look at its humble beginnings, it's all started on nightmares.
Yeah, that is true.
Everything has started, and not even just America. Everything has started on the back of nightmares.
Well, yeah, of course. It's all been risen up from atrocities. I mean, why do you think we still have a monarchy? So, it's not someone went, true. Would you like this land and power? Sure, let me just hand that off to you. We were the first place 170 years ago to open up the beginning ideals of just a peaceful hand of power. The peaceful handing of power is such a huge thing and such an American thing. And that's really mind-boggling to so many. And that's why, it's taken a while, and we weren't great. No one started great. There was terrible things. And what we did to, Native Americans was absolutely awful.
I will tell you
the indigenous peoples, all of them.
100%. I do agree. But when does a thing grow past its atrocities? Because even thinking about it,
I'm not saying that it's not important to make it the highlight, but it never forget. You know what I'm saying? Be aware.
Oh, I don't think you should ever forget.
I think that's an important factor of it. I'm not saying you have to harp on it, and I'm not going to sit here and just continue expounding it like, we're terrible. No, I don't believe that at all. We are not those people. We have grown beyond. And that's what you're supposed to continue to want to do, is to be better. So, I don't want to put a person under my boot heel and grind them into nothingness. That's not my idea of fun. So,
I just mean, to move away from that, though, what I mean is, Columbus Day. I understand why Columbus Day is being abolished.
Yeah.
And people are trying to, because it represents a man who did something horrifying. Whereas with Thanksgiving, yes, there is some horrifying background to it. But what it represents now in today's world and what it's become.
I mean, what we were taught in school was not that. It was people helping.
That's true. Oh, yeah. It's horrifying.
The story of Squanto.
Yep. But I just feel like, we talk so much about, with canceling and things like that, and kind of we've had our feelings on it. When does it come around, I guess, for lack of a better term? Like when have we it's become such a tradition, and now that it's changed into what it represents now, rather than what it represented. I don't care if we ever mention the first Thanksgiving again in terms of Thanksgiving, other than remembering the atrocities, because that's important.
Yeah. It's important to remember that, but it's also important to think about the message that you send with it. The idea of, this, and we can get into Santa Claus as well, the idea of this giving spirit that travels all these places, and this magical creature that that provides and, tries to bring something good to people's lives. So it doesn't need to be a dude. Like that was a big thing. Like with my stepmom was always really great about that. She was like, it's the spirit never goes away. So that doesn't have to be a physical manifestation of a person. She's like, it's fun to tell kids that, but the spirit of Santa Claus should always be with you. And she really drove that home and did a great job with that. And that's what I'm going to try to do with River. And that she asked me the other day, and I was like, I'm not ready for this conversation. I'm not going to, I was like, you can't, no, we're not doing this.
I'll say this, Radar says, call me when Columbus, Ohio changes its name. But Columbus, Ohio is named after Chris Columbus, not Christopher Columbus. Chris Columbus, of course, being the very famous. Let's just change it to that.
What? Yeah.
Let's change Columbus Day to
Chris Columbus.
Honoring Chris Columbus, director of movies such as Home Alone. Listen, and the first 2 Harry Potter movies.
See, I mixed it up with Christopher Cross. So,
or Frank Cross, beloved character from Scrooged.
Yeah, great character.
Although there's a lot.
Played by Bill Murray, who is also problematic apparently right now. I don't know.
That's true.
Allegations being tossed his way.
I don't care anymore. I don't care about anybody who's problematic unless they're like hurting people.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Like. And I understand that people, if people are saying this about Bill Murray and they feel victimized by him, they are hurt. But unless I can't, it's become such a time where it's like, if I don't have proof, I can't just jump on bandwagons anymore.
Oh, we cannot. You have to hear every side of the story. You have to let things play out because there's so much that, in certain cases, I didn't think would be that big a deal. Then I finally hear about things and it's just like, whoa. They did what? Like that's a problem. That's illegal.
But and to play devil's advocate, and that's the only thing I'm doing here is devil's advocate. And this isn't a gloss representation of every story ever, but I mean that this is actually my way of saying like that's why we should check every story. Every story should be checked.
That's why you have
remember
sources.
How much we hated Duke lacrosse team?
Yeah.
So it's what I'm saying is every story should be looked into and checked. 100%. So like again, and that's not a defense of Bill Murray or anybody else. Like I'm not defending them because I like their movies or anything. Okay, I liked the remix of Ignition, but you can throw that dude in for the rest of his life. I don't care. I wasn't crying when Epstein got killed.
I mean, I was because I wanted everyone to go down.
Me too, but
nail everybody.
I got hung up from being able to make a list.
What?
You didn't hear that? I felt like that was so good. I said he got hung up from being able to make a list.
Oh God. Oh, that was really good. Good job, buddy. I'm sorry.
And on that note, I'm going to give Casey to you for just a few minutes while I walk away, and then we'll figure it out from there.
We'll figure it out. We've got something going on. Hi, everybody. How are you doing this morning? It's great to see y'all. So I wanted to run a little bit this morning with, I don't know. There's so many weird ones. But one question that's always boggled my mind and I've struggled with, and you may have as well, is sometimes I have to figure out which time it's better to take a shower. Not just a matter of convenience, but when a good time to bathe is. And especially being wintertime, we usually bundle up, you might feel a need to wash up a little more in the morning because you don't feel so fresh. Well, I've recently read an article put out by someone very reputable, Herman R. Reputable, that stated that it's actually better to shower in the evening time, which I used to do a lot. I guess I'll start doing again. Then I just start thinking about all the sheets and all the constant amount of laundry I have to keep up with. And I guess it doesn't really change in how much, I guess if you don't shower at night and you come home and you just lay in bed, it's a lot of funk you're bringing in. It's really gross. So make sure to clean yourself at night, in the morning, and change your sheets. That's just my little public service announcement in case you don't. It's an important thing. Really, this is my future teenager talk I have to have. Oh, it's going to be terrifying. I'm not ready for it. So that was the first part of my little moment. Yeah, I wish I had more to just ramble on about. I'm not sure how everyone's feeling about Elon Musk recently. What in the world is going on? Well, that was weird. Wasn't ready for that. So there was an ad that just popped on while I was sitting here trying to pull up one of these articles. Kind of getting sick and tired of all these ads everywhere. There's so many advertisements. But that's sort of that's what comes with unplugging, I guess. Or pulling the cord. Because like I was so used to ads. We all grew up with ads. I mean, shoot, on this show sometimes we'll run ads just because it's great to watch those Halloween ads again. Or really the Christmas time ads are fantastic. And yeah, ads now are just frustrating. I can get really annoyed by them. I went so long with ads in my life, and now they're trying to make me pay to get ads back in my life. So with Disney Plus now I just got hit with the Disney Plus thing where they're like, all right, so it's going to be, you're upgraded in this premium package, and we're just going to bump this up monetarily speaking. Or you could stay at the same price and just accept ads. And I'm not going to do ads. Ads are annoying. They're frustrating. They don't even show me anything I want to see. They just get in the way. But at the same token, I get it. Like, because a good ad can go a long way. Like, I don't know if you guys, if anybody out there ever checked out had the Absolute Vodka ads, which is terrible. As a teenager, you should not be. I kind of see where it was marketing to children because, wow, fell right into that one. Yeah. Because I love those Absolute Vodka ads. They were like on magazines, and it was a single bottle, and they would do different things with the bottle shapes and then different wording and stuff. So those were always really rad. I was a big fan of those. Collected them for a couple months because the idiot kid. But nowadays, ads, although they have a rightful place, I guess, like you could just keep with banners. You don't have to pop in the middle of my freaking video. I'm not sitting here rocking out to Sweet Little Lies by Fleetwood Mac. All of a sudden, to just have someone tell me, have you gotten your honey something great for this Christmas season? No, I haven't. I don't have one. And now you've annoyed me. And now you've frustrated me and made me sad. I don't want to listen to Fleetwood Mac anymore. Now I'm going to put something else on. Thanks a lot. Because now, I mean, I was already, or if you're already crying, like, because I know, you guys know, if you're already weeping from, listening to, I don't know, a Fiona Apple song because you're going through a breakup, and then you have to be reminded that, oh, get ready for Arby's dinner for two. It's like, well, what the hell, man? And also an Arby's dinner for two. It sounds like a selling point. They probably should go with that. It's about the price of a dinner for two. So I could understand that. Let's see. Radar's hitting me up here. Yeah, so Radar's with me. It depends on when to shower. When you have to do it that day. In summer, it's in the middle of the day. In winter, it's at night. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Absolutely. That's a good shower schedule. And summer's always a tough one because sometimes it's like I just want to jump in and rinse off anyway. Don't always have to use soap. I mean, you should clean yourself with soap, but you don't always have to take a shower. Because you pop in that puppy 4 times a day if you want to. Live your truth. Oh, which one? So, what's your favorite Hallmark movie? Oh, that's a good one. Oh, I'm kind of torn. Well, I kind of veered away from the Hallmark movies as much and got more into the Netflix ones with the Princess Switch, Prince for Christmas. There were a few others. It's not coming back yet. That's the thing. I'm kind of holding on all of those Hallmark movies just for right now. Like my brain won't quite let it in yet. It's in the peripheral. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming down the line. It's coming fast. It's going to be fun to see which ones I wind up watching. I know Lacey Chabert has a new one, so I'm excited. I think it's Hall for Christmas or Hall for the Holidays. So that should be interesting. I'd read the synopsis, but it's just like every other one. In fact, that could be fun. Let's read some synopses. Synopsis? Synopsis. It's one of those. Hallmark movie. Here. Check the schedule of Hallmark movies. Yes. Oh, this is good. There's a Christmas movie calendar. Oh, all right. They started Hallmark Channel's countdown to Christmas schedule started Friday, October 21st, y'all. Like, what is going on with that? Why does it need to be before Halloween? Is that just their way of fighting Halloween? Like, no. Oh, nope. Because Ghosts of Christmas Always is Sunday, October 30th. So they leaned into it. Makes me kind of proud.
I call BS. They should have Halloween romantic movies.
We should have Halloween romantic movies. Why not? We need more of those. Where's a good Halloween romance? Well, I mean, we have a couple of them, but they're more for teenagers. Where's the adult one where, like, the woman moves back for home for their Halloween season, and then, you know, this guy becomes inhabited with the spirit, and she has to, like, I don't know, make him fall in love in order for the spirit to be set free, and she winds up falling in love with the actual dude. There's a lot of going on there. All right, I think we got to.
I feel like we should write in the same formula of a Hallmark movie a Halloween love story, but be legit with it.
It's going on the list.
Let's do this. I
have a running list
first.
I have a running list of all the ideas and things. I just keep adding new sheets to this one giant spreadsheet.
Yeah. So Radar says, I'd love to do a Snob Nation murder mystery.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody, we're going to be doing the pins for the patrons. So if the first 20 patrons get a Scene Snobs pin.
And maybe in a year, we do a Scene Snobs dinner murder mystery. Ooh, what if we do one in line the night of, like, one of the Carolina Fear Fest things?
That would be fun. That'd be really fun if we can get everybody out. Or Skyline. It's a little more control for over Skyline.
Yep. Good call.
Jace Taylor's in, so that's 2 right there. But anybody who has, like, the first 20 Patreon pins gets to go for free or so. Like, gets to attend the event for free. I'm not paying for your hotel and such.
No. You can attend the event.
Call me when Columbus, Ohio changes. No, never. Yay, Columbus. No, not yelling. Let's get a better role model to name our city after. Pennywise, Ohio.
That'd be better.
Child murderer. You're right. Freddie, Ohio.
Old Freddie, Ohio.
He is from Ohio. Springfield, Ohio. That's where Elm Street is. Yeah. I will be finally watching the Harry Potter movies. That's right. He is for Popcorn and Pints. They're going to be doing all the Harry Potters.
Good. Make sure to check out Horror with Sir Sturdy. Doing popcorns and pints.
I would be shocked, Sturdy, but horror is your handle. In your handle. So, yeah, but he does another show called Popcorns and Pints where we talk about regular shows. I think it depends on what you have to do that day. In summer, it's the middle of the day. Winter, it's at night.
I gave a very riveting spiel about showering because I read a fascinating article. Maybe I was curious as to like when's the best time to shower, which I've always heard it doesn't matter. But kind of as long as you're showered within a 24 to 48 hour period, you're usually good.
Mm-hmm.
Rinse as necessary. But yeah, this one was saying at night, and it makes a lot of sense. I get it.
Yeah,
because also you're saving your laundry bill.
That's what I usually, what do you call it? That's when I take mine.
Yeah.
I'll take a shower, and now it's become like I'll take a shower and then I'll take a bath.
Yeah.
Like immediately after. And it just helps my knees and such. So
Well, makes sense.
But yeah, no, I've always been more of a shower. Like if I gotta be somewhere in the morning, like, and it's like an important, like, want to look good, presentable sort of situation, not like running to Dunkin' Donuts or something.
Like,
I qualified that way too much.
You really set the bar. It's like, no, look, it's not a Dunkin' Donuts day. All right, I got a freaking shower. Jeez.
Listen, if I have to go and pitch the show to, like, let's say it's Sirius XM radio, I was lifting my shirt up. Don't get crazy, people. So the sort of situation, then I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to look good, throw on my suit. Or if I'm going to Casey's, it's a 50-50 crapshoot if I'm going to shower or not.
I mean, it really depends on the situation.
I just go and hang out.
Are you being rushed out of the house, or are you able to make your choice to leave the house?
But I can't do a not shower every day situation.
Nah.
It drives me.
I like showering. It's a good place to sing and hang out. Yeah. And especially during this time of year when my lungs and my nose are all like, we're just going to randomly stop working. Good luck. It's like, well, I need all the steam. So
it's very fair.
And I'm not going to get a neti pot, although I'm going to break down and get one of those cool ones where you put it up and it like does it's got the two spots on your nose and it's like a machine. It looks like a little mini, I don't even know, I can only think of drug paraphernalia. It looks like a big weird pipe, and you put it in your nose and you hit it, and it shoots water up there, right? It goes up one side and down the other, and just filters your stuff out.
I mean, cool. That's good, but
yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, I'm not saying it's like I'm going to invite people over and make it a party.
That's fair. It's not. John got his TSS friendship shirt from the Scene Snobs merch store. I love it. That's awesome. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, bro. Just so everybody knows, we have new merch.
Yeah, we do. Mick went crazy.
I did. 5 new shirts because I did the Scene Snobs favorite tale, which is the Taylor Swift cats, but with my face.
Homage.
I like this one. These idiots have a podcast.
Yeah, it is pretty solid.
The Snob Nation t-shirt. Ultimate fan experience.
Ultimate fan experience is still the best.
A little Casey getting run over by a car. And of course, we have one for the Scene Snobs podcast now. But then, of course, we have the Embrace Absurdity, the logo, what's the strongest ship in the fleet. And all of this stuff comes as a mug, or you can get it as a pint glass, or you can get it as a t-shirt or a hoodie. So that
a long sleeve shirt.
A long sleeve shirt. Yep. So you can get all that stuff. So thank you so much. We appreciate you, John.
Awesome, bro.
And it is. It's true. It's the strongest ship in the fleet for sure.
It is 100%. Did you get a new shelf?
No, that's been there. The camera just kind of turned a little bit.
Fair enough.
I need to get a better camera so I can start zooming in, and just for general content purposes.
That's valid.
You know what the problem is? I do this now, and it's my industry now. This is what we do.
It is.
I'm going to inadvertently get all new filmmaking equipment, even though like I had all this stuff and I sold it off years ago after I was like, I'm not making movies anymore.
I remember.
And now I'm getting all new stuff. So it's kind of fun. Idea Halloween romantic comedy. That's an in-universe story behind the Monster Mash. I like it, but we don't have the rights to it.
Right. Wait, that's not public domain yet?
No, Universal never give that up.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, Bram Stoker, like we could do a Dracula version.
Yeah.
But let's be real. If you can't make Frankenstein and Dracula and the Wolfman and the Mummy and all of them look like they do in the Universal realm, it ain't gonna work.
That's why you do it way over the top.
That's fair.
Go bigger.
Go big, go home.
Boom.
Mick, I have a ham radio. We can work up to AM and then FM and then sound. Let's do it. These idiots have a podcast. I love it. Yeah, right. That comes. Oh, they all come as stickers too. So sticker, they're available. Is there a story behind the Mick-splaining things to people? Yes, John. I think I said it during a show one time, and then we just made a T-shirt out of it. Let me explain something. That's it. That's I don't know what episode. Yeah. But you know what? There's more of a meaning. A lot of these shirts have more of a meaning off camera in the Snobs Nation and stuff like that. Like, so ultimate fan experience, a lot of people may not understand, but we've talked about it on the show. But it was a situation that happened off camera where I hit Casey with my car while screaming ultimate fan experience.
It is 100% can confirm.
That is. And that's the way the Scene Snobs operates. We want to create these little stories and then talk about them and then make merch and then become billionaires and buy Twitter.
I mean, clearly it's such an A to B to Z concept. I don't know how we're not rich already.
This is me explaining that to you.
Right now. Yeah. I feel better and more understood it.
But I do say that to I'm not the only one that says it. Like Casey, when he comes over, he's like, so Mick-splaining again, or, something like that, just to mess with me. But, yeah, no, I do. And my wife says it too. She goes, oh, are you going to explain it to me? And it's become something.
It became a thing. Yeah. I don't remember what episode it was, but I do remember calling you out for it. And that's how it all sat. You said you were going to do it. And it was like, oh my God, it's worse than mansplaining.
Oh, that's what it was. I said, I'm going to make this merch and I'm going to use it on the show. It's going to be a catchphrase. And it never became a catchphrase on the show, but it did become merch. And now we say it far too often.
Way too much. You've managed to make it a thing, and I don't want it to be a thing. It's in my soul in places it shouldn't go. It's not fair, and I don't appreciate it.
Listen, that's life. That's life.
That's what all the people say.
John, it's like mansplaining, but from Mick. So the difference being is when I do it, I'm right.
20% of the time.
20% of the time, I'm right every time.
That makes no sense.
It's you know what it is. It's not even a matter of whether I'm right or wrong. Mick-splaining isn't like mansplaining. So mansplaining is.
Oh no, Mick-splain mansplaining because I'm gonna take 5.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Please Mick-splain mansplaining.
I will. All right. So Mick-splaining is not mansplaining. Mansplaining is when a man finds the need to tell people how things work. Mick-splaining is me being right 100% of the time and making sure you guys know it. Mick-splaining segment. Let me explain something to you. Taylor Swift, you're dick by going with Ticketmaster. So who think I should save that one for Casey because I know Casey's got like a million things to talk about. 20% of the time I'm right every time is a shirt. You think so? Can I take that though? That's an Anchorman line. 20% of or 60% of the time works every time. I don't know if I can take that though. That's the crazy part. And there's Mick-splaining in a nutshell. It's true. It's just me telling you all the things that are right. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, I don't make the rules. I just live by them. And when I explain things, you guys will know exactly what's happening at all times. I like how our viewership goes down as soon as Casey leaves. Let's bring him back up. Where you at? No, not there yet. So, all right. We're getting into it. We're talking a little bit more. And now I feel like I'm explaining everything. This isn't good. I feel like literally everything I have to say is going to be me explaining it. And I don't want that. So let's get into some of our favorite things with Thanksgiving coming up. So like, what are some traditions that you guys really hold on to? Maybe from your childhood, maybe from just in general, or ones that you created yourself that you love and you hold on to now. I'm imagining him explaining statement being like Peter Griffin's what really grinds my gears bits on the news from Family Guy for those. Yes, that's sort of what it would be, I think. No one here has standards, John. That's why we're here. Oh, Radar, you hurt. You hurt me. We have standards. We hold ourselves to a very high standard. Well, higher than some. But I understand that. Oh, I know you understand Ultimate Fan Experience. You were there. That's what we need to do. We need to just start selling on Omaze the Ultimate Scene Snobs Experience, fan experience. Or make you pay for dinner. We'll run somebody over with a car. Why not? Let's go with it. So let's talk about some of your favorite things for. Oh my God, yeah, that was a funny night. Even though I hit him with a car, it was a funny night. So some traditions that I love for Thanksgiving. First of all, I'm always watching the parade. Now I know there's nothing new about that. There's a lot of people who do that, but I always got to watch the parade. But so years ago, I was working where Casey's working now. It was data center, so and I was working there, and I always worked Thanksgiving every year. I always fell on, and that was just my days that I worked. So fine, whatever, double time and a half. It was good and everything, but it sucked because like when I had a newborn, like a brand new baby, I didn't spend Thanksgiving with him. So I was like, all right, this situation needs to change. And 2 years later, no, I'm just kidding. So my Thanksgivings for a few years there were literally work. So like when I stopped doing that, it became mandatory. Like I will have to be home for Thanksgiving and stuff like that. But like a tradition that stuck from those years of working. See, I'm going around. I got it. That stuck with that. What that was. I would always get a gobbler. Such a stupid name. I would always get a gobbler from Wawa for the day for Thanksgiving. And if you don't know what Wawa is, it's an amazing convenience store here in like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, some in Virginia, all over that sort of place. Where I am now, they don't have one anywhere. So I would always get a gobbler before work for Thanksgiving Day. And what that is at Wawa is a Thanksgiving Day sandwich. So it's turkey, gravy, stuffing, cranberry sauce, all these flavors in one sandwich. And that I still get one. I will go and travel and get one for Thanksgiving. I'll probably do it next week, like Monday or Tuesday, but I still have to get one now and have it on not on Thanksgiving, but around that time. So I don't know. Casey's back. Let's just bring him back in.
Hi.
I don't do well by myself when I'm unprepared.
Neither do I. Neither one of us are great unprepared. I need a script.
I think we need to
only need like 4 lines and then I can go. But I got to start. Like the start is always hard.
We need to just prep better next time. Like,
I mean,
what do we want to talk? I didn't prep anything for talking by myself.
That's fair. Yeah, I didn't. I wasn't. I had my one shower story that lasted a minute. That was terrible. I should have. Normally, I stretch things far too far. Oh God, what is that?
The plot twist to the Omaze experience is always Casey. So I told him we're gonna have like an Omaze Ultimate Fan Experience thing, where like we make them pay for dinner and then we hit somebody with a car, and he's saying it's always Casey.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. That's a fun pratfall until I Chevy Chase out real hard.
Oh my God. Can you imagine you're just injured from now on? Like your life is just becoming worse and worse, but like we're making other people's lives in charity so much better.
I mean, if everybody else is happy, I guess to just keep taking the hit.
The Supreme Court allows it for me to run you over with a car because we're gaining so much charity. They're just like, this is the only time it's legal. The only time is when
we get so big we block off portions of Times Square just to hit me with a car and scream Ultimate Fan Experience up on the giant screens.
We have like everybody in on this, and it's literally just for you to get hit by a car.
Just for me to get hit by a car.
Like Lamborghini comes, like, we're gonna donate a car for you to hit Casey.
Oh my God. It's got to be something I can roll off of or take the brunt impact with. Like, it can't be. I don't know. I feel like a Lamborghini might actually hurt me. Like, take out my legs. Like, I don't know if I'm okay with that one.
Every year, every big car manufacturer donates one car for us with, and we have to unveil them at Times Square. And it's just like ripping them off. And like, it becomes this whole situation where the fan has to run to each door, and whichever one opens is what we use to hit you with that year. And like, it's always a Dodge Ram.
Oh, yeah, it winds up always being some ridiculous. Or, well, I like the idea of it just being minivans. That's how they launch minivans.
Oh my god! And it's just me hopping in a ram and just like run. And like, and Times Square is filled with people, like on the sidewalks. So like when you try to run to the sidewalks, they push you back in.
They just all have the giant gladiator pads, and they're all just bouncing me back in. I'm just trying to get out.
Paul Dunn somehow donates like $3 million just because he wants to be back in for the ultimate fan experience. And that year they get a bus.
Yeah. Oh, great. Awesome.
1 year it's the Twisted Metal ice cream truck.
Clinton Howard comes out, does an unveiling of a new ice cream truck van.
No, Twisted Metal, the video game.
No, I remember.
Oh, that's right, because he was. It was
the ice cream man.
Yeah. I'm there. I'm slow, but I'm there. George G3 says, "Sorry, gents, been working on the phones." G3?
Morning, buddy.
Sorry, but hopefully we can make it a little bit better for you. Missed 2 months of shows. Why is Casey in a full body cast 2 experience? Carry on.
Yeah, yes, just 2. That's all it took already.
Because you know what would happen if the roles were reversed? They'd be like, oh, all right, Mick, start running. I'm just like, no, just hit me.
Well, there's no fun to it.
Exactly.
I at least will run. I'll run and scream, and
you can't even run it. Like you physically are incapable of running.
Yeah, and it's not happening anymore.
Takes you out, man.
Now I'm on like a crutch, just trying to get away, and it becomes funnier. People pay more to watch me get hit. The more casting I'm in.
We can't kill him. I need him for the show. I can't do this segment by myself.
Eventually, I'm just a full body traction bed. The bed is just getting wheeled out and hit by the car. He's basically protected now. It can't get worse.
We're just having like a moment where I grab your hand and I'm like, bro. Do you want me to adjust the bed up a little bit for you?
Uh-huh.
And he's just like,
fan experience.
He's like, Mick, why can't you just take the run once? You got your lap band surgery. You're in much better shape.
Yeah. Now you're a stunning man, like a specimen. You're just constantly well taken care of. It's just like, why don't you could do one of these, please? Would you please do one?
Sorry, buddy. And it's just like it turns into like this operatic Godfather type of situation where I walk away and I pull the key out slowly. And it just like started in Casey's watching from the bed. And as soon as I turn the car on, Casey's bed explodes.
The last thing you say before you walk away from me is, got to give the people what they want, bro.
The last ultimate fan experience. We're not doing this anymore, everybody.
Just give me a bell to ding. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, my God. And then you're just on the show the next day. But you have like that weird Daffy Duck face where it's all like charcoal because of like the it exploded and the bill's on the side.
All I do is duck season.
Oh, my God. That'd be fantastic. Anyway.
That's a good one. I like that.
That would be our Thanksgiving Day thing. The Today Show covers it.
Oh yeah, and I have to wear a turkey suit. So even when fully in traction, I still have a big beak.
Oh my God.
It's a gobbler.
I don't even want you to wear a turkey suit. I want you just to have like a hat that's shaped like a turkey. As far as
so and wear much a cardigan. Better. One of those headbands. They're always a nice new sweater.
I don't know why I'm laughing at the idea of the more Casey gets hurt, the more in shape.
Because he's stealing my power.
Oh my God. And it's funny because like at that point, like there's like 10 of these now. So like we're 50.
Yeah.
And like you're just getting destroyed year after year for this Omaze ultimate fan experience. And I'm just getting like more and more in shape. And I'm like for giggles, I just go and do like the NFL Combine. Just try it out at 50.
Why not?
And I'm doing fine. And then all of a sudden, like Casey's like, "Can you on a crutch? Can you do the experience this year? You can run much faster now." And I'm like, "No." That's it.
That would be about it. That would cover it. I'd like to think.
Yeah, dancers.
What's up?
Snow Day Friday, baby. You ain't
Love
teaching
it.
today. You learning today. You
You're
learning.
gonna learn today.
Oh my God. Actually, it's about 8:30. Why don't we play? Okay, so to set up, we have a new segment.
We do.
This time is a little more prepared. So we have a new show here on the Scene Snobs channel, on the YouTube channel, and it's the Betting Bros, Math vs. Smash. Two brothers coming in. One uses math and the other one goes with his gut every time. And they are going to tell you who you should bet on this week's NFL games. It's a really fun show. The guys are great. You know, Dan and Tim, they do a really fun job with it. But I thought it might be fun since their show is live on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we on Friday mornings kind of revisit it and they'll tell us their top 3 bets for the week.
And I think that sounds like a great idea because it also leading into the weekend. What better way to do it when sports are on fire, especially this Sunday in the NFL?
Yeah, and I love having sports updates now. Like, this is fantastic.
Absolutely.
So here is the quick tips for betting this weekend on NFL games from Tim himself. Here you go, guys.
Hi, guys. Math here, one half of Betting Bros, Math vs. Smash, giving you some picks for your Friday morning commute as we come through. Just an FYI, we've got a new Twitter handle. It is at Betting Bros 9183. And also, we are doing our shows now weekly, every week at 5:30 on Tuesday, Eastern Time. So the three main sides I have for the week that I like the Minnesota Vikings over the Dallas Cowboys. I like as a against the spread of about, it's 1.5 right now. I think they can cover that for sure. I really like, let's see here, the Giants over the Lions. I think this is good up to 6, and it's currently at 3. I just think the Giants will handle the Lions pretty easily at home. And then last but not least, I like the Eagles versus the Colts. I think we're going to get a much better effort versus the Eagles, and we're going to see the Colts without Jeff Saturday against a real team, not the Las Vegas Raiders. So I really think that game is, I think the Colts are bad. I just think that the Las Vegas Raiders are just worse. And then just a fun one here, if we want to throw something together. I like a 3-leg parlay. I like the under for the Saints and the Rams. I like the under for the Jets and the Patriots. And I think I like the under also for the Eagles and the Colts. I just don't think the Colts are going to score many points against the Eagles defense. It's going to come back big. So you can throw those 3 together, and I think you have a fun parlay as well. So those are my 3 picks and my fun parlay. If we're looking at DFS as well, let's just look at this real quick. We have, generally, these are DFS plays are based on where the highest totals Vegas has. So the highest total games for the week is 51.5 for Kansas City and the Chargers, 49.5 for the Bears and the Falcons, and 48.5 for the Browns and the Bills. Now that Bills game is now being played in Detroit, so it's going to be in a dome, so there is no weather concerns there. So if you have a Josh Allen stack, or you want to play, any Nick Chubb or any of the players of the Browns as well, I think that's wide open now. I thought it was wide open before because I think Josh Allen can throw through anything, but even more so now that it's being played in the dome. So those are the picks for the week, for this weekly drive of Friday, and we'll see you guys next week.
There it is, everybody. That's Tim, one half of Betting Bros, Math vs. Smash. He is the math, as you can tell.
And we also do have the Smash here.
We do have the Smash. Smash in the comments. Smash, he's taking Dallas. He took the G-Men in the Stone Cold Lock of the Century of the Week. The G-Men. I love hearing that.
I know, right? It's weird. And I'm a big fan of hearing it. It's been a while.
Dude, he took Dallas. He took Giants, and he took the Eagles.
NFCs, baby.
Wow, that's a hell of a gut. I would not. That would not be my gut reaction last year, or my math reaction.
No, not even a little bit.
But Dan's also saying that he's more like he's day drunk. I don't blame you on a snow day. Get for it.
Yeah, exactly.
He lives in Michigan, by the way, so I'm pretty sure it's got like 7 feet of snow by now.
Yeah.
Can a possibly stolen car or truck work out?
Yes.
To hit Casey with? Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Go for it.
I'm down.
Paul, steal mine to do. We need to raise the money for charity first. Casey will not get hit by a car unless A, I'm driving, and B, it's for a large amount of sum going towards charity.
Huge amount of money has to be going somewhere good. It better
First
be
time's
bringing...
free. First time's free.
Yeah, the first time was a good test. It was good. It was a pilot, and it seemed to go over well. So the crowd enjoyed. So really wish we had recorded it.
Yeah, we added a sports segment, so now we need a snob version of weather. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Interesting. You should bring that up. I actually have we've got about 30 more minutes, buddy.
Is there anything
Catch us in our third hour for
send me any links that you want me to pull up on screen?
Oh, yeah, we'll actually do this.
We got 8 in overnight. 8 inches. Parts of southern Michigan got a foot. This is why I don't live in Michigan. Now, listen, snow's nice and all. I don't go out when it snows. Like, I don't do it. Like, I'll shovel or I'll snowblow or something, and that's it. And that's it. I'm done. Like, I will not move again until snow is gone.
God, I love snow so much. I don't understand your absolute hate for it. I mean, I get
hate it.
Look, come January and February, I get it. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And especially if you still have to drive in it. I love it if I don't have to drive in it. But when I have to drive in it, or if it gets me abandoned or trapped somewhere, it's not, my favorite time.
Dude, that is like the one thing where I am full force, like I'm a dad when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Like the old school, like type of thinking of dad. Because otherwise, like if my kids ask me to play with them or my kids want to talk to me, like I do, and I pay attention and like I go and I do stuff with them. That is a situation where it's like, hey, we're going out to play in the snow. You want to come? No. That's it. No. I'll make you hot chocolate. I'll make you tomato soup with the little grilled cheese. I'll do it for you. I will make you feel better. But hell no am I going outside.
I do it, but I have a very short span when I'm out there. Like I've got a limited amount of time. Like I'll occasionally, like I got time to build a snowman. We can do that. Or we can go sledding. We definitely do one of the two. After that, though, I'm like, all right. I'm kind of done playing this. I'm cool standing here and watching you play, but I'm just kind of cold and just don't want to be more cold.
Mary likes going outside. She likes doing that stuff with the snow. So, like, go for it. Like, it's just not for me. I can't do it. I hate the snow. Like, it's too cold. Like, again, like if it's a New York City type of, pre-New Year,
anything
Christmas
before the
situation,
New Year. Anything before the New Year snow is magical.
The magic of Christmas I'll hold on to. But like, if it's bad, like I'm not going out. No, God no. I go and I get whatever provisions I need for the house, and then I'm in.
Well, that's the best time to like make a chili or stew. Yeah,
I would have been fine at the Overlook in The Shining.
I would have too. With that kitchen, man, I would have been making all kinds of wacky soups and stuff and just having fun and not freaking out. And just don't bother going around to the other rooms. I mean, it feels pretty easy.
But I don't care. Like the ghosts can be there. Like the ghosts would meet me in the bathroom and be like, "You gotta kill your family." And it's just like, why? like the ghosts would get mad because I'm so ambivalent towards their gestures and what they want. I'm just like, but why? Like, because they make you angry. I'm good. Like, this is a big hotel. Like, one's rolling around.
I'd like to think that yeah, exactly. You're not seeing them. I'd like to think that I would get them to work with me in the kitchen. And I would like have a Ratatouille thing going on where like I have an entire just bastion of ghosts who are like the crazy creepy twins. I'm like, you're on Expo. All right. Get them learning how to chop onions and stuff.
He had an entire grand hall to write his book.
Yeah.
And they didn't mess with him. It wasn't like the kid was rolling around that grand hall. It wasn't like she was sitting in there like, so what you doing?
Nope.
He had an entire grand hall that he played wall ball off of ancient Indian artifacts and artwork and such. And I realized Indian's not the proper term, but like that's what it was in the movie. That's why I'm saying it. But I don't want to get canceled. That's a new shirt. I don't want to get canceled today.
Not today.
So Here's what pisses me off is like he went crazy and had to kill his other 2 members of his family in this giant hotel that she barely ever saw.
Yep.
I'm working in a closet right now.
Yeah, and crushing it, bro.
And I don't have any inklings of murdering my family.
Well, I mean, different folk. Plus,
And they come in all the time.
You're not like drinking a lot, unless you're hiding it. That's not funny.
That's the thing, though. Like I learned at a very early age that it's not the drinking that causes the violence; it's the day after.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely the day after.
Dad, you're so friendly right now, but I can't wait till tomorrow morning when I die.
It's gonna be bad.
Oh man. Let's see what everybody else is saying so I can get off of my childhood traumas. Mrs. Cook, I'm absolutely down to commit. Mrs. Cook, that's radar.
Well, that's what they're talking about. The whole thing, the idea being, you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Can't commit extra. Oh, I got you. All right.
And then they went on a roll here. This is pretty fun.
So, imagine a service that connects people who want to get a new car with car thief.
I don't know. Someone just randomly stole my car.
It's got to be somewhere. I don't know. Someone. Oh, you were reading it. So far.
Like Uber, but for fraud.
That's a good one, right? A Tinder for automotive felons to connect for vehicles to take. I would get behind that and the wheel. God,
Nice
Casey's
ball.
going to die at some point.
Oh, no. Somehow this is all circling back to me just being hit by a car a lot.
Everybody gets a car. It becomes Cannonball Run, but we have to try and run Casey over.
This thing gets big enough that by the time I'm 55, I'm just out somewhere in Montana and it's like, go get Casey.
You have a 2-day head start.
Yep.
You have to stick to the main roads.
It has to be all major highways. It's the only way to do it. All major highways, and then it has to be some sort of exit off of it, and which more than likely you guys would find me like the world's largest rubber band ball, or like I'm down to see that.
Oh God. Oh God, that'd be amazing. I went to work and came home and my house burned down. Oh jeez.
They're still in the Tinder for fraud.
We'd be great criminals if we didn't plan in the open. That's true. I am making a veggie soup in the crock pot right now. Nice.
Delicious.
Homemade veggie stock, celery, carrots, onions, garlics, and green beans. You know what you're missing?
That's
Meat.
good. Nope. That's delicious right there.
Put
Don't
some
you
beef
listen to that
tips in
man.
there.
Not necessary.
Ooh, I'll tell you. Brian Patrick just tuned in. Are you talking
What's up,
about
buddy?
how overrated The Shining is? It is not overrated. That movie gets scarier the older I get.
Well, yeah, that's just because you fear eventually murdering your children. That
scares me. Losing my mind scares me.
Absolutely.
Because I've seen it happen to too many older people that I care about.
And you would lose control. And you losing control is terrifying.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully if I am going to lose my mind, it's at a late age where I can't cause destruction. Oh my God. Could you imagine me losing my mind and turning into Godzilla?
I mean, I could, and it's terrifying.
A bear is running among the streets.
See, Mick, this is why Batman and I, although I don't bring it up often, share so many qualities, because I definitely have a contingency plan for you, bro. I've got your Superman kryptonite. I'm here for you. I want you to know if I ever have to take you down, it'll be quick.
Did I tell you the video Mary had planned for that she wanted me to do for TikTok? And that's because Jack has a Batman costume. And she's like, we should just dress up and then like have Tommy video us. And every time Jack goes somewhere, we just drop that. Like kind of like make it look like when the toys in Toy Story all drop when Andy comes in. Just like every time he comes into a room, like just drop. Overrated, the greatest horror movie of all time. I don't know that. Actually, you know what? It might be, dude. It's so just, and that's for argument's sake of filmmaking. I could have a whole conversation about this.
It's got legendary status. I will never take that away from it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it the greatest of all time. It's still, there are other movies that scare me more. That I feel like The Shining for me is a little played out. And that may be just because I've watched it too much in my life, but it doesn't have the same effect it once did. So I don't really get as scared by it anymore. I get apprehensive when Danny's running in the maze, but that's all it is. I'm like, oh, little guy, because I know you know what I'm saying? Once you've seen it, you know it. And eventually I'm just like, it's not scary anymore.
That's true.
And why are you all hip to trying to bang some dead chick?
Wait.
Jack was all ate up about banging the dead chick in the bathtub.
He didn't bang her.
Or, well, you know, he was about to. He wanted to because she was hot and naked until she was all dead.
Not for long.
Yeah.
Kind of. Radar says, I don't want you to lose your mind, Mick, but if you could you do it at CFF? That'd be great. And then Dan immediately asks, what's a CFF, Kev? Actually, Dan, that's what you should go to next May. Mm-hmm. You guys, you and your brothers take a trip down. It's Carolina Fear Fest. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina.
There it is.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Got it.
And it's a fun time. And Casey and I are, with the Scene Snobs, are official representatives of Carolina Fear Fest. And we love it. It's an amazing time. So
have an absolute blast of a whale of a time, as you might say.
We're gearing up. We're starting to get ready. We talked to Stephanie and Destiny. So we are getting to that point where we're going to start like really pushing it and promoting it. But they're going to have some great celebrities there this year. They want me to bartend for it. Oh, they want me to bartend. Wait, do they? Is that a real thing?
I hope they do.
That'd be amazing.
I want you to bartend.
We should do that at our table.
That would be amazing.
We should just get like a bunch of merch, put it out on the table,
and a big
not sell any of it. Not sell any of it. We should bring one shirt each, and not sell any of it. Be like, no, you have to buy this one online. It's like that scene in 40-Year-Old Virgin where they walks in and it's the eBay store. It's like a storefront because she doesn't know how to do it. Other than that, and she's like, "Can I just buy these shoes? Will you buy them on eBay and then?
Will you buy them on eBay and then I'll send them to you? But I'm here now.
Can I just give you the money?" And Brian says, "Cinematically gorgeous, scary. No, part of me as I get older becomes scarier, only because but I guess I have a personal attachment to it.
Yeah, that's in your heart, bro. I get that. But to me, that's the same thing as saying that like. I equate it to you saying Big Trouble in Little China gets scary. Like it doesn't for me. It doesn't. That's the whole thing. The Shining to me is not scary anymore. Oh, it's a beautiful movie and it's well done. It's just not scary. It's lost that luster.
All right, slow down there, Speed Racer. Let's not start comparing cinematic beauty of John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China to Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. I can take a lot of things. And I can respect and enjoy a lot of things. And I will even test this. I like Big Trouble in Little China more than The Shining.
You're still my friend, just making sure you're not a pod person yet.
But that's the test.
That's the test.
But I'm telling you, it's not a better film. If we're gonna go the snob route, it's not a better film.
In the course of cinema, it is certainly not able to hold a candle by most high reputable standards. I will agree with that.
Dude, these guys are having this whole little conversation here.
No, I'm loving it. Yeah, it's happening.
And but would I bartend or Smash or Master Chef every time? That's the only person I would hire as my personal bartender. I could do 3 cocktails for mixtape. Can you do a Mick Manhattan?
Yeah, he can.
It's a Manhattan with a chicken nugget. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's what it is.
You absolutely have to do that.
That wouldn't be tough. It would be funny if we set our table up because I'm going to talk to them about can we leave our recording stuff in the panel room and just pull it out when we are in there to do panels and see if we can just do live shows from the panel room when they don't have panels.
That would make sense.
So I'm going to talk to them about that and see if that's a possibility.
Plus, that'd take away floor space. Let someone else eat up that floor space.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, if we do have a table, like, we'll just put stuff out, and like maybe we'll do the Scene Snob or Stump the Snobs again.
Stump the Snobs. We'll do merch. We'll have we'll
Those
actually
stuff.
order a banner. I will order a banner this year. That is that is part of my Christmas present to myself. The
All
Scene
right.
Snobs get a banner. We'll just have to coordinate on what kind of lettering and whatnot.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I know it wouldn't be tough. Oh, he said, but no damn nugget. No, that's how you make a Mick Manhattan. A Mick Manhattan.
Serve it. Oh, what you do is you get one of those little things that you can put on the lip of the rim, and you put the nugget on top of. That way, it doesn't ever have to touch, Dan. None ever have to come between. Or skewer it, and put it on there.
I'm gonna create a little cup thing, right? And it has a slide where you can just a chicken McNugget fits right in, and then on the other your little dipping sauce, and then you put it on your drink, almost like a Sonic when they bring your stuff out to you, and it's like on the thing, and it's gonna sit on the side of the drink, and it's gonna be a Mick Manhattan. And you can order that sweet and sour. You can order that saucy barbecue.
But all it is one chicken McNugget with
you
a
want
little bit of
saucy
dipping
Manhattan?
sauce, and then but a normal Manhattan.
Do you want your Mick Manhattan sweet and sour? Are you feeling tangy
Oh
buffalo?
A Manhattan, which was actually created for and named by Winston Churchill's mother. Interestingly enough.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you just said, but just listen real quick. I want to hear what you have to say. But I was just like in my own brain having a monologue. And it would be funny if it only comes with one nugget and one dipping sauce.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want more, you can get a 4-piece nugget, fries, and the Mick Manhattan. And we're going to call it a Happy Manhattan.
Good Lord.
It's so stupid, and I feel bad because you did say something and I wasn't paying attention. But I am now.
It's a Happy Manhattan. Marvelous.
What were you saying, though? I want to hear what you had to say.
Oh, nothing.
You're just not going to tell me?
It doesn't matter. It's not as great as Happy Manhattan.
But, all right. I still want to hear it.
Now, Winston Churchill's mom was actually the one who was famous for ordering the Manhattan, and it got its name because it was at the Manhattan Club, is where it was served, which was a restaurant, but it's underneath part of a hotel.
That's important information.
That's pretty dope. So I believe that was circa, I want to say it was in 1890s, 1900s, right around that era.
Nice. I love that.
You know, back before they halted the flow of booze.
That's true. All I'm saying is no one in Little China was tortured to get a take. Oh, that I know of. Yeah. Well, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know who knows what that guy in the costume went through as the big giant evil monster.
Oh, poor Carpenter. One thing I did want to talk about, we didn't really get into. Oh, actually, you want to get into weather before we get into?
Certainly. We can absolutely get into weather.
I'm going to share the screen, shall we?
I realized that didn't quite. I don't think that quite did the thing.
I have it.
All right, cool. Are you up? Are you on the hourly tab or today?
I don't know, but I can click on whenever you need me to.
Okay, cool. Do you see where the today is?
Yep.
Yeah, click on that bad boy. And then
Jesus.
we can close it up on the radar. And we can see for all of our friends, good morning there in Boston, Massachusetts. You're looking to have a nice, easy day, partly cloudy. Going to be cruising up to about 42 degrees is the top temperature there, low of potentially around 33. Your 10-day forecast, looking pretty solid as you would anticipate this time of year. You're going to have a solid Friday and Saturday. They're going to stay at 46 and 44. And then Sunday, a bit blustery, going to drop down to 39. Monday will be coming back up with a partly cloudy day at 42, low of 33. Tuesday and Wednesday will be on the rise, 47 to 51. We're going to tail off back on Thursday, but down to 43. And then get ready next Friday for snow and sleet because the winter weather is coming. And that's all your news and weather, all your weather anyway, updated for Boston, Massachusetts.
I can't believe we're going with Boston today. Of course you went with Boston, you jerk.
It just felt right.
There's nothing going on in that radar. I clicked on the button.
I know. It's hilarious.
Nothing
Now I
happened.
actually know. You know what? Weak weather for people of poor constitution. Move to Michigan and become a hero.
Oh my God, Dan. Michigan is not the be all end all.
But his love of it is.
Your love of it is. Your love
of
it actually makes me love Michigan more. It really does.
That's like, yeah, man. Between
you
Michigan
guys
and Connecticut,
stole the Upper Peninsula. Poor Wisconsin.
Was it Wisconsin or Minnesota?
No, it's connected to Wisconsin because it's Michigan, Wisconsin, and then Minnesota.
Right. I just love that you had to learn that because you were always confused by it. So now I will forever bring it up to you.
That I did know because I've been to Minnesota. Now, and the reason I knew that, listen, I don't know everything. Okay. Because like I said, I can't retain all knowledge or I'll lose all the important stuff. So my point being, I went to Minnesota once. It was very cold. It was in October and it was already snowing. Mm-hmm. I learned that Wisconsin was actually not a very far drive from where we were. That's how I knew Wisconsin was next to it. And then by process of elimination, Michigan next to that.
Very wise.
And then Ohio below that. I can keep going.
You're getting it. You're learning.
OBE to Michigan.
Ode to Michigan. Fall on the ice. Regret living this long all the next day.
We also beat Ohio in a war. Was there a war between Michigan and?
I don't know. War. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Ohio in a war? No, that's amazing. Wait, was Ohio part of like the French and Indian War?
I have no idea.
No, that can't be right.
I don't know. Was Ohio ever in a war?
Like in the States, I mean, there's lots of War of the States.
And Michigan.
Bloody Kansas, maybe around that time.
I don't know what that is.
What, Bloody Kansas?
Yeah.
Oh, that was when people were moving out in the Midwest and you had the Northern sympathizers and the Southern people who wanted to bring, all the rules from the West from the East into the West. And they just fought each other. And then it started as a family feud over land and then turned into a big political thing because they shot at each other for like 40 years or something crazy like that. I need to re-up on that part.
Listen to this one. The Toledo War of 1835 to 1836, also known as the Michigan-Ohio War or the Ohio-Michigan, so wherever you live, like that's what you decided to call it, was an almost bloodless boundary dispute between the U.S. state of Ohio and the adjoining territory of Michigan over what is now known as the Toledo Strip. Wow. That's crazy. What did Michigan get from the Toledo War? Michigan eventually became the 26th state of the Union on the 26th of January, 1837, but its territory did not include the Toledo Strip. Instead, it gained a title to the western three-quarters of the Upper Peninsula as compensation, 9,000 square miles of the most valuable timber, iron, and copper in country in America. So yeah, they lost the war. They didn't get the Toledo Strip, but they got a lot. 9,000.
That's insane.
Square miles.
The only blood spilled was the non-fatal stabbing of a law enforcement officer.
That's the dumbest war I've ever heard. That's the dumbest war I've ever heard. I want the strip mall. What? You can't have it. Okay, Ohio. Well, we're taking it. And they didn't, but then Wisconsin got screwed.
Yeah, I mean, you're really weird on how much you were defending Wisconsin here. It's kind of strange.
Poor Wisconsin, man. Somebody's got to defend my own state.
So Bleeding Kansas was the pro-slavery, anti-slavery forces in between 1855 and 1859. There were 55 people murdered.
What are you reading?
For Bloody Kansas.
Oh, we went to a different state.
Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to go back to Bloody Kansas just to make sure I was,
So I
don't want to throw out wrong information. So for 4 years between 1855 and 1859, it was basically guerrilla warfare between pro-slavery and anti-slavery forces.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
It was the precursor to the Civil War, basically.
Yeah,
it was one of the bigger events before the secession of South Carolina.
Yeah, that one makes sense because that was like that's right on the line. Like that was a time of volatile time for it.
Yeah, and they just opened up the territory. Like it was now you have the two forces really coming in and playing it out over there, duking it out.
So we took, but like the other war is that we took two of the most boring states and said, "Hey guys, fight over this."
Yeah,
like
shoot in the air.
and Ohio's like, we want this 3 feet so bad, we'll give you 9,000 square miles of someone else's state, a piece of someone else's state.
Yeah, we can't have you sit here. So instead, we're going to share this.
Ohio didn't even own it. Nobody actually knows how it worked. Dan's like, most boring. One of the most boring.
One of.
Because, all right, think about this. I'm going to go boring by state. Here we go. Before we get into the news, we're going to get into
Welcome to the Snobs, boring by states.
Yeah, think about it. And I'm not listen, I'm from New Jersey. I'm not saying I believe New Jersey's the best. No.
That's about
and I live in Virginia. I'm not even saying like Virginia's the best. Virginia can be considered another boring state. But because of so much going on, it's less boring than like an Ohio or Michigan
boring
or Wisconsin.
What's qualifying as boring here? Hold on, because before you just say most boring state, please explain to us exactly what the qualities of a boring state are.
We will just go. We will base it off of how talked about the state is, like how many big things happen in each state.
Amongst who? Like Snobs Nation? Because Michigan is a front runner.
I mean, of course. I mean, and we love Michigan. Just because you're boring doesn't mean you're not loved.
No, I mean, it has the most activity. It is like one of the most popular states if we're discussing via Snobs Nation.
But all right. So like Connecticut is a boring state.
Connecticut's a beautiful state. It is.
But nobody says it's not beautiful. There can be a boring individual walking past you, but they can look great, but they're boring.
I know nothing about this person. Clearly they're boring, but damn, they look good.
Like Montana is a boring state. Now, I'm not saying that there's nothing interesting to do in
Yellowstone. Yeah, okay. I follow what you're saying. I hear you.
As far as like although Yellowstone makes it a lot less boring than Michigan.
What about Nebraska? I feel like that one's pretty boring.
Nebraska and Wyoming are probably the two most boring.
Well, Wyoming gets a little more love because it's got some cool. It's got mountains and some good skiing.
We have mountains. I got mountains, Casey. Can you milk me?
Yes, I can, Mick. And next week, tune in as Casey milks Mick.
If I put two states next to each other and I said, hey, California or Wisconsin, which one's more boring? You answer it. You know what you're going to say. You know what you're going to say. Don't lie, because I'm trying not to lie about this. So is Jersey as exciting as a California or a New York? Of course not.
No.
Florida is probably the least boring of everybody.
Yeah, but not for the right reasons. But you're right. It is the least boring.
I mean, but that's what I mean. News cycles, things like that, stuff that happened. Like if you history, things like if you think about certain places, like Texas, I would not consider a boring state.
Nah, Texas has a lot going for it.
You know, but
the Alamo alone.
But Washington State, it's probably a boring state, but it's probably not as boring as in Arkansas.
It's pretty gray, and they had Nirvana. I mean, that's where there's a reason grunge was born in Washington. Okay,
true, but that's why it's not as boring as like a North Dakota. You know,
Wyoming? North Dakota is severely boring. Oh, they have Fargos. Yeah. Wait, is Fargo South Dakota or North Dakota?
Hey, we got two Michiganites here. John says Michigan is boring. That's how we ended up with so many musicians. They get snowed in for weeks and have nothing else to do.
Truth.
Okay. I mean, again, like, and I'm not trying to defend New Jersey or anything, but like, we have tons of famous people from there too. But it doesn't mean that it's like less boring than like I mean, all of Pennsylvania is probably boring except for Philadelphia.
They got Pittsburgh too.
Pittsburgh's great, but it's not saying that you don't have great qualities.
What about Allentown? And
Wanna
Altoona.
go to Dorney Park.
They have a place named Altoona.
That's true, they do. Dan, I knew would blow up about the
There we
Michigan
go.
thing. I love you, Dan, but you are such a Michigan cuck. Michigan has the most fresh water in the union.
Says the most
Great.
Jersey cuck I know.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I defend plenty of states. I love Virginia. I don't want to live in Jersey. I'm just saying Jersey's probably the toughest state.
To chew on, sure.
Damn right.
You're
Michigan
talking about
has,
if I'm grilling meat. Yeah, New Jersey's definitely the toughest because it's all crap. And after 3 Mile Island, it would probably make nuclear too.
oh my God. Michigan has the most fresh water in the union. Great hunting, 4 seasons. We have 4 seasons. We have 4 seasons here in Virginia. You're not the only state to have 4 seasons.
Not like Connecticut.
Connecticut too. Jersey had 4 seasons. New York has 4
But
seasons.
Jersey seasons included like bullets and scrap
You're
metal
sick.
and acid rain. So like
You went to
it's different.
You went to the worst part. You didn't even go to the worst part. You went to the mediocre part of Jersey, and you mock it incessantly. And I'm like, I want to bring you to the beautiful parts. So you're like,
Bro,
oh, man,
I
this is
was on
Jersey.
McGuire Air Force Base with my dad for several years.
You weren't apparently looking around outside of it
There were lots of cool flea markets.
at the beauty of it. No,
And the blueberry fields.
you got me defending Jersey, and
I
I don't
know.
want to do that. Some of the greatest beaches in the world. Seriously, I'm from New Jersey. We're from
With
the East
needles.
Coast.
You have needles on your beach.
No, we do not. That's a
I
lie.
had Rhode
That
Island
was
beaches.
perpetuated by Philadelphianites.
I had Rhode Island beaches because I wasn't rich enough to go to the actual beaches of Connecticut because those are all private.
So is Jersey beaches. They're all private too. It's just ridiculous. I hate it. Unique architect. Unique to Michigan. I'm gonna lose my mind. I love you, Dan. I love you.
It's not
like a
necessarily
brother.
unique. I
I
mean,
love
Tudor
you.
style is pretty much
And-
everywhere.
And I
Everyone's
think
got
Michigan
colonials.
is a beautiful state, minus Detroit, because Detroit, I still imagine, is just
Hey,
like RoboCop. At all
Detroit
times.
has promise. I hope it's like RoboCop.
But it's not everything you're saying here. Everything. Awesome pizza. Come on. Everything you're saying here, I can name 5 states that have right now that have every one of those things.
Connecticut has Mystic Pizza.
That is true. Intercourse, PA.
Yeah, Intercourse.
There's
Intercourse is a great
a Hazardville,
spot.
Massachusetts.
Nice.
Montana, Wyoming, and Delaware are the 3 most boring and least vacation. No, I would go to Montana for a vacation.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've been to Wyoming. It was
I would
gorgeous. I had a
100%
blast.
go.
Delaware, if you're a duck hunter,
It is.
apparently is hopping.
Delaware was a fun place to go hang out at the college when I was younger. Like we would go and hang out with some girls we knew, and like that's the end of the story. There wasn't really much more to it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't wanna
there
get
is
into it.
Delaware, yeah.
The 4
Virginia-
seasons.
Virginia is for lovers, Dan. You're right.
The 4 seasons of Michigan are hunting, ice, construction, and tourists. Acid rain. I bet that's about Jersey.
It was.
Horseshoe crabs in Fortescue. Fortescue. Where is that?
Fortescue.
Where is that?
I don't know.
I guess Pennsylvania.
Must be.
But like, here's the thing: like, you guys are thinking I'm trashing each state. I'm not. Every one of these states that I mentioned have beautiful things that I think people should go see, and
But
people
they're
should
boring.
go to those states for. But there are like your biggest war was against Ohio over a strip of land, and it wasn't like one person died. And then Casey straight up goes, "Hey, you know what happened in Kansas? That's less boring.
There's more death. There were.
It's less boring, but it's
I
history.
mean, John Brown was there. A lot of people fighting. A lot of big names. James K. Polk, I think, was out that way.
You're absolutely right, Dan. Lots of tourists go out to Fortescue, New Jersey. I did not
Fortescue,
know
NJ.
that. Yeah, tourists see people come to my state on a regular for fun because there's fun things to do.
Maybe to like poke.
There's Dave and Buster's in every
Spare.
state. Calm down. Actually, Michigan is directly responsible for winning Gettysburg. That's you, Casey. I can't verify with anybody else but you. So you tell me how that works.
I'm gonna say that the Black Hats did work in their line, but that was also let's not forget about the second Maine there, Chief. Let's not.
I love it.
Let's not get too
History
far
wars.
outside of
greatest-
Mr. Chamberlain. Thank you, sir.
The greatest war that Michigan's ever been in is Dan and Casey having a history fight. We're going to call it the Michigan-Connecticut War. Probably lost the far left had it not been for the Black Hats. And you mentioned
who had actually been repositioned.
It's so
from
weird
further
that
down the
much
line
history
because
is in your head.
they were part of the New York regiment that was standing outside by I can't remember the name of them. Oh, they're really famous. I hate myself
Mosby's
for not
Raiders?
being able to pull this. No, not Mosby's freaking Raiders. Good night, Irene. Yes, just because the signs are around here doesn't mean he's someone we should be stoked for. Like, yeah,
Wait,
John Mosby.
Was he a good or a bad guy?
He was a Confederate.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know history.
There's
like
signs
this.
everywhere. How do you not? You literally drive on Mosby Parkway.
Because I live in 2022, and I think if there's signs everywhere for it, it probably means they should go away. I don't know.
Just assume not great.
I'm so confused by the cancel culture now.
Just assume that most of the names you read on most of the street signs here in Virginia are not necessarily stand up.
Are they really?
All right. Oh, yeah.
Are they like? It's not like I was like sitting there like, hurrah for
Lord Fairfax. Yeah, no.
Was he a bad guy too?
Well, no. Once again, not really a big chief of, not a champion of justice, if you would.
I don't know what that means.
He was part of the slave trade.
Oh, I did not say that. I meant that. They ran out of bullets and charged the damn Confeds.
Yeah, and those boys in Tennessee turned tail and ran. It was Alabama and Tennessee that ran.
Can we just change that story and just like talk about the Devil Dogs, like the Bella Woods Devil Dogs? That's a better story.
Well, I still like to just think it was werewolves.
I mean, it was the Army of Virginia. Was the Mosby's Raiders was the Army of Virginia?
Yes.
So how many of them were there? Because
So
we had that cemetery next to me, and there was a lot of Mosby's Raiders in there. I would have.
So Mosby's Raiders were very famous for being under part of them were under Jeb Stuart's command for a little bit, who was one of the right-hand man, the head of the CSA's cavalry. Mm-hmm. And then another portion eventually split off and was directly under Lee. Bobby E. Lee, if you're not familiar.
Where'd Mosby go?
Gentleman. Well, Mosby was, one of it was his regiment. So it was his men. And I think it was like 400 or something crazy. It was a huge amount. He had a big amount.
I'm learning a lot today.
Actually, let me
There's
get that
so many things called Mosby around here.
Yeah, dude, I literally am at the sign where they have, so there's a history sign up here in town where I live that says, this is the site of where John Mosby disbanded Mosby's Raiders. It was a day of honor for these men. Grown men wept is the verbatim off of the freaking thing. Oh, it's ridiculous.
We lost.
It's absurd.
We lost the fight. They're sounding awfully like Michigan. We didn't get Toledo.
Not Toledo.
Fine, we have a little piece of Wisconsin. We have Wisconsin's dick in our hand, but
it's the 43rd Virginia Cavalry Battalion.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Put together in 1860.
I thought they were the good guys.
What?
I assume that when people talk about history, it's the good guys.
You're joking,
kidding.
right?
I'm kidding. Yes, I'm joking. Of course I'm joking.
Okay.
Plenty of bad. We talked about Hitler earlier.
Wow.
Well, Virginia just went up for a little more cool points, so it's way above Michigan.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah,
these guys fought a lot all over during this. They just constantly raiding. Wow, like 5 or 6 raids a year.
We should rate each state by which one you'd like to party in more.
Okay.
None of that beer pong stuff, Dan. Or like you got cool dive bars. There's cool dive bars everywhere. I'm talking about like you want to go to Nashville and you want to party out, or stuff like that.
I'd say Nashville's pretty dope. Kentucky would be fun.
Louisiana would be close to the top because of New Orleans.
Well, I mean, yeah, Louisiana is going to be huge.
Yeah. Chris is here. What's up, Chris?
Morning, Chris.
Guys. actually up before noon on a Friday. Sweet.
Sweet.
All right, man. Thanks for joining in.
Appreciate it.
All right, we got to we haven't even talked about news. It's the last hour. Let's
Well,
first
we'll
off,
there.
I want to talk about
We're
quick.
learning history stuff and trying to figure out where to party.
No,
Which, if any state,
I'm done with history. History gets like 20 minutes from me. That's it.
Let's party up north. Let's go to like Concord, New Hampshire.
Why?
Because you haven't ever thought of going to Concord, New Hampshire.
No, I haven't. You're absolutely. I've been to New Hampshire, and I still have never thought about it.
It's beast. I mean, maybe try Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Go see the groundhog.
I have in fact done it. I have stood
Did
at
you ever
Gobbler's
see the
Knob.
video of the guy throwing the the groundhog?
What?
Oh, the mayor threw the groundhog. I think it was in New York. I think it was in Staten Island. Hold on one sec. I gotta play this video.
Did he get bit? I feel like I've seen this.
Yeah. And he
I feel like I've absolutely seen this. And I'm very excited to see
I gotta show it to everybody. Hold on. Yeah.
I actually had no idea how huge Mosby's Raiders was. It's a big group. All right, keep going with your thing.
I gotta find it because they have pictures, but I want to see the actual video of him throwing, because he like throws it at the ground and it died. Oh, it was Mayor Bill de Blasio he was in Staten Island.
There we go. All right, that sounds right.
Oh my God. Oh, let's see it. Let's see what happens. I want to make sure this is it. And then does it bite him? Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so he didn't. Maybe this isn't the one, because there's one where a guy throws it.
Yeah, is it like a joking thing, a mock thing?
No. It died though.
What?
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Hold on.
Do we want to show something where the animal died, folks? If you're not ready on Friday morning,
you don't see him die.
Okay,
he falls to the ground.
He doesn't bleed out.
It's
like
hilarious. It's very funny, and I love it, and I want to watch it again. Let's see. Here we go. Hey, Wall Street Journal played it.
2014.
2014. That's when it was.
There he is.
Oh my
Hey,
God!
guy.
Watch him. Like, he's got gloves on.
Yeah, he's got the big gloves on. Oh no, it's a marmoset.
It died.
That one did?
That one died. That one died. Yeah.
Whoa. Have we seen de Blasio touch anyone else ever in public? Maybe he's the Grim Reaper.
Probably is. You're not wrong, sir. I could have swore there was one where he threw it. Was it? Oh, was that Bloomberg?
Oh my
Hold
God!
because there's one.
That sounds way better if it is.
Hold on, I got to see if he throws it, because I think he throws it. It bites him and he throws it.
Oh my God!
All right, he picks it up. There it is. Does it bite him? Let's see it bite him. I want to see it bite him. Let's see what he does. Does he throw it?
Does it actually bite him? Did it bite him though?
No, it didn't bite him.
Did he throw it?
No, I gotta find that video. Like,
Yeah.
I know there's one out there where a guy throws a groundhog.
You're killing me now, because now I have to see this.
Well, you saw one fall, and that was funny, and that one died. So
it doesn't make it better. It's not like that's the standard of that's when it's good, is when the animal dies. That's when
no.
really
I don't want the animal to die, but de Blasio was a jerk, so that's cool.
Yeah. That's fair.
All right, we got to get into some of this news, because there's a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of things going on. What do you got?
First and
for our
foremost, they're
headlines
making
today?
Steven Spielberg's making a Bullet movie.
Bullet. What kind of Bullet? Like Bullet, the
Bullet.
remake Bullet?
Not a remake, but like another story of Bullet, Frank Bullet.
Okay, as long as they don't try to remake it, I'm fine with it. Let's do 100 bullets. Well, I mean, I would love to see some more Dirty Harrys. I think we can have someone other than Clint Eastwood in.
Well, yeah. Well, Bradley Cooper's going to be playing Frank Bullet.
See, look at that. That's perfect. Bradley
Yeah, I
Cooper's
think it will.
fantastic.
Um,
And you said Spielberg is directing that?
Spielberg. Well, yeah. I mean, he's been like spanning out a little bit more on some stuff.
It's gonna be like a freaking 45-minute car chase, which will be even better. It'd
would
be
be
really
good.
epic.
So
He'll make the
you
car a character.
Are you aware with the Taylor Swift Ticketmaster thing?
So to some degree. Now, I'm not as tapped in because I've decided to cool my jets on the whole going to see a Tay-Tay concert just from seeing the pre-sale potential prices. And then I saw somewhere that they were possibly being resold up in the neighborhood of $28,000. So
I will say,
looks Ticketmaster kind of screwed the pooch here, man. I mean, what, they had 1.5 million people that they allowed in after having 3 million entries.
It's utterly ridiculous. They overstepped again, like they always do.
And that was for pre-sales. This wasn't even sales for the public. This is people who had like a Capital One code.
Well, you know what keeps throwing me off? I keep like clicking on this article and like it has a picture of Taylor Swift like looking at the camera, and she is like stupidly, stunningly beautiful, and it just kind of throws me off. It's like when you're in a room and there's like a gorgeous human being staring at you, probably because like I look like a mongoloid, but like they're looking at you. And you catch, like, you know how when somebody's really good looking and like man, woman, doesn't matter. They're really good looking and they lock eyes with you and you're just kind of like, I don't belong here.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I had a woman, I literally was holding the door open for someone and just not really paying attention. I saw someone in the peripheral and then I look up to say hi, my normal, hey, how are you? And I went, huh? Like I made that sound.
Like,
and it was very embarrassing.
You ever hold the door open for a really beautiful woman, and as she walks through, she's like, I'm not interested, and you just start laughing, and you're like, oh no, that's not why I did this. I know my place. that's just kind of like where you're at.
Well aware of my I know my pecking order here.
That's the level of Taylor Swift's beauty.
Yeah, I get that.
So with that being said, so throwing me. No, she is beautiful. She's beautiful and a young woman. Her age is definitely not in the range of like what I enjoy.
Yeah,
I'm an older type of guy.
You like
so
oldies?
Younger just doesn't really do it for me. Mick,
musically, I'm a huge fan.
I will can you send it to me if you have it? Send it on TikTok and I'll definitely watch it. Thanks, man. Awesome. So Ticketmaster cancels Taylor Swift tour's public tickets.
Boom.
Sale. This is such a mouthful of a headline. Ticketmaster cancels Taylor Swift tour's public tickets sale due to high demand and insufficient inventory.
Nailed it.
Got there eventually.
You got there.
So, Ticketmaster has canceled the public ticket on sale for Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour that was set to take place Friday, November 18th. The company cited both extraordinarily high demands on ticketing systems and insufficient remaining ticket inventory as the reasons it was pulling the plug on general sale. The company posted on social media, due to extraordinarily high demands on ticketing systems and insufficient remaining ticket inventory, we meet that demand tomorrow's public on sale Taylor Swift. There's so many words in here. But no. All right, listen. What I said makes sense.
What do you mean?
They keep saying the same words over and you don't need to mention that it's Taylor Swift's public on sale tickets again over and over, or Taylor Swift's concert, The Eras Tour, over and over again in 2 paragraphs. That's too many times. You mention it once. Trust your reader is smart enough to read this and understand what you're talking about.
No, that tracks.
I hate when people do. Yes, I realize I sound like a big dumb dope when I say like there's too many words in this paragraph, but that's the only there are. You know what? I'm pissed. I hate these writing publications now because they hire these young writers like this is a goddamn Nancy Meyers movie. Yes, right back to it, full circle. Here we go.
Well done. Bravo.
So they hire these young kids who are like, I want to be a writer, and they maybe go to college or don't. I don't know what anybody does anymore, but there's no editors. Nobody's learning to be an editor. There's always misspellings in the newspaper, even all over the place. Nobody is actually like. There should have been an editor that stepped in, read that. It's for Variety. It's on Variety. And somebody should have stepped in and been like, you have mentioned Taylor Swift and her tour way too much in these paragraphs. And the funny thing is, like, I didn't even read the third paragraph, and it starts off with Ticketmasters, which I've already said 4 times from the other 2 paragraphs. And then in the same sentence, it says public on sale tickets, and then still says the Errors Tour. And that's the first sentence of the third paragraph. I can just get mad at this all day.
No, keep going. Please.
No,
I love when your editor side kicks in because, boy, you can be brutal.
I am, when all the publications I've written for, every single one, I have my own personal editors. Now, I've had some in the past, and my wife has done it, and I've had other people do it. I don't turn anything in until at least someone else has proofread it. And that's
it makes sense. You should always make sure it's logical. It's free of errors.
But there's payment for it. Like it's not like, hey, to my wife, read this. Like my wife is very good at editing because she's edited contracts, she's edited stories, stuff like that. Like she has worked in that industry. So like when I give it to her, I know I'm getting a proper proofread. She's telling me where I should rewrite things. Like it's an actual in-depth edit of my work. And I pay her based on what I get paid for other stuff. So with kisses. No, I'm just kidding. She would not accept that.
You never paid me.
Because all right. Do you want to know the truth?
Because my undying love and adoration.
I mean, I'll give it to you to read. You're a busy man. You take too long. And sometimes I need it fast. And when she can't do it, I have somebody else in my pocket. You're on the list.
Yeah.
You're on the list. You're just always busy.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. I am always busy.
So I would trust you to do it for sure.
I'm literally hanging up after this and going straight to work. So
you're going in?
No, I just have work to do.
Oh, okay.
I have a bunch of stuff I have to put in. Yeah.
I'm going to see the menu.
And I am super jealous.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Because it looks awesome.
Yeah. So yeah. Well, I'm gonna try and go see the menu. I'm like 94% sure I'm going. But I always leave it open a little bit just in case. Something always comes up. Yeah. So like, it just annoys me every time I read these. But anyway, Taylor Swift ticket sales. So now the general public cannot buy tickets. It's been too much of a cluster. This has just been a whole debacle. Like, what's your opinion on it?
I mean, for me personally, I think this is where things have been going. I don't think it's been easy to go to any venue or any concert without having to spend an arm and a leg, be stuck within whoever happens to be having the tickets. You're at their whim. So whether it be Live Nation Ticketmaster, because they're the same thing, who also went out and bought SeatGeek, so you're buying through them, just another platform. You're just it's annoying. It's dumb. I feel like all of these places are just doing, or StubHub, sorry, but they're all kind of just circling in with each other, and there's no good way to go see a concert. Like I went to the Bandmade show back in October.
Yeah.
And those tickets were, in order to just get those tickets and then get in, it was double the price, basically. You're paying the face price, and then you've got an additional fee that jacks it up almost the same price as the ticket. So you're paying for it twice. And it's sad, man. It makes it tough to go see music anymore. Seeing live music now is more or less just finding a band you like and a hole in the wall or some niche group that's coming up that no one's really going to worry about it. And you're still paying an extra $20 per ticket. So there's a few places that are pretty good about it. Like eTix, I know, is one of the places that a lot of festivals have started using. There are ways to get around it. There are ways to get off of Ticketmaster and out of that. But too many of the giant bands still use them because they get good kickbacks. They still make money off of it. And if they complain that they're not making money off it, why the hell are we responsible for a $4,000 ticket? Yeah. Like why do I need to go mortgage my house so I can go have my daughter have a great time at a show? It's just not, it's dumb, man. It's not fair.
I agree. I honestly, listen, anybody can do whatever they want.
Of course. Yeah,
that's how it is. Like if you want to take your kids to these concerts and spend the money, that's your money. You spend it however you
Absolutely.
want.
Have a blast.
Listen, I'm going to the Taylor Swift concert, and but for me, I'm like, this could have been used in better. So this could have been used elsewhere. I
get it. I also get that the idea of going somewhere like that and doing something that special, that different. Like there are certain people who are worth it. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. It depends on who you are and how you feel. For me, I think this honestly would be one of those, like Celine Dion would be worth me dropping $1,000. I would do that.
Wouldn't need to though. That's the funny part. Like Celine Dion, you can go to Vegas and see the show for a couple $100.
Exactly, which I absolutely have to do. We have to make that happen. That's the next ultimate fan
I'm not
experience.
going to see Celine Dion.
You don't have to, but you can join me virtually.
Scene Snobs tour Las Vegas. Ooh, that might be the Nevada might be the most interesting state.
Yeah, honestly, with everything that happens in Vegas, between all the wild, crazy parties and the murder.
True. The murder. There's so much murder. The underground people living in the underground. Yep. Is that how that works? Okay.
So SeatGeek is absolutely not like. There's nowhere to get tickets right now. Nowhere.
No, you can't.
For Tay-Tay. They just don't exist.
You're done. You didn't get them early, you ain't getting them. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, there's nothing. Like, I've just spent the time here clicking through going, what about this one? What about this one? Nobody has anything. It is insane.
That's true. All right, let's talk about, before we get into any more news, the movie's coming out this week. Movies coming out this week.
Is that the new bit?
Sure. What do we have? We have Facing Monsters coming out, a feature-length documentary that digs into the psyche of I can say the word. I know I can say the word.
I believe in
enigmatic West. I'm out.
You're almost there. Come on.
All right, I'll see you guys next Friday. West Australian slab wave surfer Kirby Brown, a man whose connection with the ocean runs as deep as his love for his family. The film is far more than just a surfing story. It's an unapologetic musing into the essence of Kirby and his family as we join them on the quest to ride a ferocious slab of wave in the deep southern. Okay, we know what it is. Documentary.
What was the name of that one?
Facing Monsters.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds interesting, but not as interesting as Spirited.
Thank you.
Each Christmas Eve, the ghost of Christmas present, Will Ferrell, selects one dark soul to be reformed by a visit from 3 spirits. But this season, he picked the wrong Scrooge. Clint Briggs, played by Ryan Reynolds, turns the tables on his ghostly host until present finds himself re-examining his own past, present, and future. For the first time, A Christmas Carol is told from the perspective of the ghost in the hilarious musical twist on the classic Dickens tale. Found on Apple TV.
Man, you went all the way down for that one. I don't even see it on here. Where are you? Are you on Movie Insider?
Yeah.
You're all the way down.
I don't even see Chasing Monsters. That's why I'm like, what are you doing?
Facing Monsters, the first one. I don't know. We got different things, weird. I guess. Okay, what's the next one that we have going on here? Lamborghini, the man behind the legend, featuring Oscar winners Mira Sorvino and screenwriter of Crash. This thrilling they don't even talk about Frank Grillo. High-speed biopic tells the story of genius auto inventor for Lamborghini, Frank Grillo. All his life, Ferruccio has dreamed of beating his longtime rival, Ferrari, Gabriel Byrne. I'll check it out. I like everybody in that. What you got?
I'm not sure what I did. That all of a sudden everything just went away.
I'll start the next one. I'll save some good ones for us. So we have She Said, 2-time Academy Award nominee Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan, stars New York Times reporters Megan Towie and Jodie Cantor, who together broke one of the most important stories in a generation, a story that helped propel the Me Too movement, shattered decades of silence around the subject of sexual assault in Hollywood, and altered American culture forever.
Wow. Well, this is going to be very different than that, because this week on Netflix, we have Christmas with You. Feeling career burnout, pop star Angelina escapes to grant a young fan's wish in a small town New York, where she not only finds the inspiration to revitalize her career, but also a shot at true love. Starring Deja Monique Cruz, Freddie Prinze Jr., Gabriella Talavani, Zenzi Williams, Amy Garcia, Lawrence J. Hughes.
Yeah. It's good.
Netflix.
A good one. So we have A Christmas Karen. Why did I go with that one?
I love you found it.
Karen is an entitled middle-aged woman whose demanding nature has alienated her neighbors and her family. In a series of instances displaying her privilege and prejudice, Karen receives an invention by some unconventional spirits.
Amazing.
God.
And that's on video on demand or digital.
Yep.
Then there's also Bad Axe on video demand and digital and limited release. Bad Axe captures a closely knit Asian American family living in a rural Michigan community as they now fight to keep their American dream alive. As owners of a local prominent restaurant, they reckon with global pandemic, racial tensions, and generational scars from Cambodia's killing fields. And that's a Bad Axe, a documentary.
Yeah, Michigan. See?
Michigan.
Problematic. All right. Blue's Big City Adventure.
Yes.
The movie follows Josh, who gets the opportunity of a lifetime to audition for Rainbow Puppies Broadway musical, and Blue as they skidoo to New York City, where they meet new friends and discover magic of music, dance, and following one's dreams. The entire Blue's Clues crew is reunited for this special movie event with the beloved animated friends of all three hosts, Josh, Steve, and Joe, together for the first time in the Big Apple.
Sounds amazing.
Go for it. You tell yours.
So this one I definitely misread. So I'm glad I reread it because it says Bones and All. Imagine how I misread that. The limited release is the story of first love between Marin, a young woman learning how to survive on the margins of society, and Lee, a disenfranchised drifter, as they meet and join forces for a road trip. Starring Timothy Chalamet and Andre Holland. And Michael Stuhlbarg, Luca Guadagnino, Taylor Russell, Mark Rylance, Jessica Harper, and Francesca Scorsese.
Damn right. That was a good reading. You did great on that one. I'm really proud
Thanks,
of you.
buddy. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
The People We Hate at the Wedding. The film follows struggling American siblings Alice and Paul, who reluctantly agree to attend the wedding of their estranged and wealthy half-sister in English countryside alongside their mother, Donna. Over the course of the wedding week, the family's many skeletons are wrenched from the closet. An unlikely reunion gives everyone the motivation to move their own lives forward. Stars Kristen Bell, Allison Janney, and more people.
Sounds very interesting. Also this week on Disney Plus, we have Disenchanted. Set 10 years after the first movie, with Giselle finding herself questioning her happily ever after and accidentally triggering events that make everyone's lives turn upside down in both the real world and in the animated kingdom of Andalasia. With an entire return of the cast, including Patrick Dempsey, James Marsden, Amy Adams, Idina Menzel, Maya Rudolph, Jayma Mays, Adam Shankman, and David Stern.
And The Menu, which is in theaters, set in a world of high-end culinary culture. A young couple visits an exclusive destination restaurant on a remote island where the acclaimed chef has prepared a lavish tasting menu, along with some shocking surprises. That's Anna Taylor-Joy, John Leguizamo, Ralph Fiennes, Nicholas Hoult, and more.
Fantastic. Did you already hit She Said by chance?
Yes.
You did, okay.
Yes.
I was wondering about that one. Okay, then how about EO, a limited release movie? EO, a gray donkey with a melancholic eyes and a curious spirit, begins his life as a circus performer before escaping on a trek across the Polish and Italian countryside in a journey marked by absurdity and warmth in equal measure.
Very good. I might check that out.
That sounds interesting.
I have no idea what you just said.
Something about a Eeyore, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Poker Face. Yearly high-stakes poker game between childhood friends turns into chaos when the tech billionaire host, Russell Crowe, unveils an elaborate scheme to seek revenge for the ways they've betrayed him over the years. But as his plans unfold, a group of thieves hatch plans to their own, breaking into the mansion thinking it is empty. The old friends quickly band together, and the years of playing the game help them win their way through the night of terror. As Liam Hemsworth, Elsa Pataki, Russell Crowe, and more.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. We also have, in a limited release, The Inspection. In Elegance Bratton's retelling of his own story, a young gay black man rejected by his mother and with few options for his future decides to join the Marines, doing whatever it takes to succeed in a system that would cast him aside. But even as he battles deep-seated prejudice in the grueling routines of basic training, he finds unexpected camaraderie, strength, and support in this new community, giving him a hard-earned sense of belonging that will shape his identity and forever change his life.
All right.
Pretty big cast with Gabrielle Union, Bokeem Woodbine, Jeremy Pope, Raul Castillo, Amanda Fondi.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty dope.
A Christmas Story Christmas, which there's a full review out over on our YouTube channel. You can check that out. It's playing on HBO Max. Set in the 1970s, the film follows adult Ralphie returning to the house on Cleveland Street to deliver his kids a magical Christmas like the one he had growing up. A one. He only had one.
Interesting. We've got Slumberland out on Netflix, where a young girl discovers a secret map to the dream world of Slumberland, and with the help of an eccentric outlaw, she traverses dreams and flees nightmares with the hope that she will be able to see her late father again. With Peter Chernin, Jason Momoa, Francis Lawrence, Jenno Topping, David Reddy, Michael Handelman, Chris O'Dowd. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Dig it. I dig it.
On Netflix, so check it out.
I think we got all the big ones.
Yeah, Nope is going to Peacock. So if you haven't seen it yet, no chance to pop it on. You should really, really watch that if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we talked about all the big ones. Let's move on to the next.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
So I want to, this week in birthdays, I want to thank some of our, wish a happy birthday to some of our friends, Phil Better, Dave Partino, of course, Aaron Sturdivant, who is Sir Sturdy himself, is a birthday today. Happy birthday to you,
big
sir.
Man.
I don't know.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Kind of going from that.
Mark's birthday. Well, let's see. Paul Lanner of Hunters Against Hate was yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
So did you see? So a lot's been going on since midterm elections. I don't want to get too political, but I want to talk about some of the funnier stuff that's going on. So you have Trump announced his bid on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, and this is a week after the midterm elections. I think it was like to see how it would kind of play out.
Right.
And it was, is it just me or was it met with a fizzle?
Oh, yeah, no, a lot of people are done. A lot of people within the own party are just like, they're like, it's not working. It's poison. It's poisoning the well. As I said, I think only one of everyone he backed and supported won their races.
Yeah. But all the other people that he backed, he was trashing by this point. Either won or didn't, but he was trashing them, and that definitely, I think we realize now that, I don't know, I don't even want to pontificate on that, but I do want to talk about the funny stuff. So it was a fizzle. Supposedly his security team was trying to keep people in the rally from leaving.
That's an interesting twist. You know what? Maybe your Detroit OCP comment isn't too far off there, bro.
Tell me about it, right? So he's trying to keep people in so that way it didn't look like it was emptying out.
We literally just had a Game of Thrones episode about this. That's when the dragons come up out of the floor. So that's when you avoid those kinds of places, all right, y'all?
Yeah,
I don't want to see you get hurt by dragons. So
his daughter came out and said that she has no interest in continuing a political career. Smart woman.
Yep.
Just to, after everything, at some point, when you're out of that's what I kind of wonder is all the people that were with him, like in his cabinet and stuff like that, and talking.
Mm-hmm.
Now they've been out of the limelight almost 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's like really 2.
Can we also just say, whenever I talk about this particular man's cabinet, I really think he tried to keep them in a cabinet.
I don't doubt that. You're staying in Camp David. That's where you live now.
We're the small ones. They have to be smaller to fit inside. This is the only size I have. I had to get this cabinet over here, and it's the only one, so everyone has to fit inside of it, okay?
I read a book called Indian in the Cupboard, and now I keep everyone in the cupboard.
I actually have figurines, and they talk to me, and that's how I come up with my policy ideas. It's huge. It's the best ideas ever.
Huge, best ideas in the world.
Amazing figurines, amazing.
Dude. But just like with his daughter saying, I got no interest, and she's like kind of off doing her own thing, just living life her best way. And everything else going on. I wonder how many of them are like, we're not going back. It's not worth the headache.
Yeah, I mean, they burned a lot of bridges, and a lot of people got arrested who were involved in, like, their entire dealings and campaign. And oh my gosh.
And here's the funny thing.
Holy cow, y'all.
I've reached a point, and again, I don't want to get to the political side of it. I just saying, for me, I've reached a point in my life where I'm just like, it's not even about being conservative. Like, it's like him. Yeah. Him. I don't like him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate anybody who supports. I don't do this. I hate people who are hateful people. And I realize that that's 2 wrongs, but I ain't got time for that.
But it feels
I ain't got time for love for you.
It does feel right, so I get it. I mean, 2 wrongs do feel right.
Well, let's just say I hate dealing with people who are hateful.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But I don't think everybody is. That's just personal feeling on that. So this isn't about conservatives. This isn't about Republican or Democrat. This isn't about it. It's just literally the guy.
Yeah.
The guy is a jackass. I've known it my whole life.
I mean, that's not news.
I know in my family and I know in my life that voted for this man, who my whole life told me that guy's a jackass.
Yeah, he's a shuckster.
And it's like, that was why when he got, like, when they're like, yeah, great, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, my whole life, you said one thing about this man.
Yes, particularly this guy.
Growing up in Jersey, Trump was there. He was pretty prevalent.
Yeah, kind of a big deal. I mean, we always picked up the tabloids. My stepmom, whenever we were going out on long car trips, would pick up the National Enquirer and then sit there and mock him. As my dad would be like, well, but that Marla Maples, I would.
Oh my God. I almost made a joke where to be like, a lot of people are saying that about Ivanka now, especially her dad. I know, it's just so tough. But no, I think about
valiant
things
effort.
And just like with everything that's happened recently, like this dude, I'm gonna run for president again. Like, come on, we knew. But like, should you?
Of course.
Well, should you do that?
Well, and the fact that he's just crapping all over anyone else who's potentially trying to run too. I mean, I don't know. I just it was so funny for so many years, and people are like, oh, this one party always eats themselves from the inside. And it's like, yeah, but I mean, it's going to happen too. It's all circular. It all comes back around.
That's
Chickens
true.
come home to roost. Everything you actually put out into the world, you do reap what you sow, as people do love to say. It's like, yeah, man, I'm happy I screwed up small time.
I want Trump to go down in approval rating for anybody. Like the entire country's kind of like, no, we're over it.
Yeah.
And then all of his loyal supporters that were there from his party just kind of be like, well, listen, I want their campaign slogans to be like, well, we're better than that one.
I mean, that's kind of what they're going for at this point. It's literally when the South Park episode of what was it? A douche in a turd sandwich.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Oh my God.
And that was years ago. That's what politics have been. But I read some old slogans, from way back in the day. This is like turn of the century. We're talking 1900s, all the way back to 1840s. And I was reading campaign slogans where it's basically like, yeah, screw this other guy. You know, he's lucky we can't legally go out and just shoot him in the street. And it's like, what? That's a campaign slogan? Like, it was ridiculous. So it's not like we haven't really come very far. No. With this whole, I can't believe we're just resorting to all this, because I've been one of those pearl clutchers who's like, oh, I can't believe we resort to such foul language and lowbrow societal thought. And no, but it's all the time. It's who we are. We love our baser instincts. We love being able to say whatever we want, however we want, whenever we want. And we will continue doing it. I mean, for crying out loud, that's what Hamilton and Jefferson did eons ago, at the beginning of the entirety of our country. We are founded upon people who absolutely crapped all over everyone. And it wasn't until the fullness of time, usually towards the end of their lives, where people admit to their shortcomings and the fact that other people were right. You know, it's amazing how it all comes around at the end. So I don't know. I don't take much stock into this because so many people just get worked up. And it's like, guys, this is not new. It's the same junk we've been doing.
I think you're just a little angry, and everything's fine, everything's good, and that's just kind of how we have to travel and carry on. We have to do it the old British style.
No. I saw the greatest, like, anti-British thing ever. I will literally fill my sink up with water, pull down my English breakfast tea, and knock it in there. I will have a mini tea party every day in solidarity with my brothers from the 1750s.
What can we do as the Scene Snobs to make an impact on history? Can we have a Scene Snobs tea party? Can we just start?
I mean, we could, yeah. I don't know what item we would choose, or do like a whole taxation without representation thing and really get into it and be sovereign citizens. That would be fun.
What happened to the guys from the tea party? Did they die?
Yeah. Well, the ones who got caught. Most of them didn't get caught.
Wow.
They dressed up as Native Americans so that the way they could, blame other people for it.
Problematic.
Jesus
Christ. Oh my God. I never even thought about that. Like, because I just forgot. It was like a thing in history that, like, I just didn't even think about. Like, they did.
Yeah.
That's, oh my God.
They darken their faces and they put on headdresses. Well, not full headdresses, but stuck feathers in their,
these
little headbands.
Straight up. I don't want to hear the hero bit anymore about the Boston Tea Party. I don't ever want to hear that shit again. Your goddamn critical race theory.
Hey, that was just hiding, man. That was just a disguise.
Not against critical race theory being taught.
We don't mock people who, disguise stuff. If you wear a disguise, it's the way you do it. You sneak in. That means you're a good spy.
No. Hey, let's throw them off the scent by having them murder the tribes that are near us. But we'll get our stuff done. You're not making a statement. You're not fighting a revolution by making sure, like, hey, if you're mad, if you get mad, bro, go kill them.
To be fair, we had already killed most of them. To be fair, most of them are already murdered by our hands. By the time anything came around, we'd had a good 60 years of smoking them.
There's nothing in history, in American history, in history in general, but let's go American history so we don't broaden it. There's no story where we 100% are the good guys.
No.
Name one.
No such thing. There's none. We are war profiteering in World War II. We're war profiteering in World War I. That's what we do. We make money and see opportunity. Also, one of the reasons we didn't want to get into World War I is because we had just finished the Spanish-American War, where we basically just went down and murdered a bunch of freaking people. Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders of San Juan, and then came back. We took Puerto Rico, but then didn't want to make it a state because they look different than us.
Or how about the Mexican-American War? How about the Alamo? Ah, yes, they did die for good old Sam Houston to get his army together.
Well, it's for the land grab, by the way.
From people.
Yeah, just to keep land away. That was the whole thing. Was fighting over land. Yeah, I never understood it, man. It doesn't make any sense. But it also, it tells you that you have to murder and kill to go get what you want. That's what we were founded upon.
That's not
Think
true.
about westward expansion and Manifest Destiny, baby.
That's
Manifest
not true.
Destiny in the heart and the oh my gosh, the Hudson School, where everything is all, it's beautiful and it's meant for us. So we need to go get it and take it.
Listen, Casey, I'm just going to end this here.
Okay.
I think I found one war in American history where that isn't the case. It's not true. Where we proved that everybody can get what they want and it can end peacefully. And that is the Michigan-Ohio War of 1836.
Which legitimately teaches everyone to go out and shoot your guns in the air and stab a cop, and it's over.
And then it's over. It's over, and the only hapless dupe that got, something taken from him was Wisconsin.
Yeah, a whole nother state. So, like, you have to have 3 people involved in the fight, so you can just take something from the third and give it as the peace negotiation accord.
So
always have your third.
The real heroes here in America are from Toledo. That's what we're saying, right? They're from Toledo.
That's basically what we got out of that. Wow. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We hope you learned something.
Real quick. Guys, just so you know, you can watch this show and every Friday morning, 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern, of course, Scene Snobs Morning Drive live show. But if you are interested, we have the Scene Snobs podcast, which is live every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. We have a brand new episode out now. You can check out all our old episodes. This is available here on YouTube to watch, or you can check it out on any podcast platform. It is available. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching today, and we had a great time. Before Casey takes it away, let's make sure we say thank you to our patrons. We appreciate you. We love you. You guys are amazing. You help us keep the lights on, and we're growing all the time, so it really helps us in a big way. And if you guys are interested, let's help out George here in the middle. And the first 20, just let you guys know, the first 20 patrons that we get, we are going to be giving pins to. They're going to be the OG Scene Snobs patrons, and those pins will have some fun perks that go along with them. But thank you guys so much who are here already. Tim, Paul, Stacy, Matt, Aaron, Chris S, Chris H,
George G3, Dan, John B, Ron, Jason, AJ, Dale, and John W. Thank you.
Thank you guys again so much. Really appreciate you. There's 3 tiers available. Go check it out at patreon.com/thescenesnobs.
And make sure to cruise on over to the Discord channel and join the Snobs Nation, where we continue on all of our crazy, wild antics. You can hang out with some fantastic moderators, the incredible crew, and just be part of the mighty Snobs Nation and hang out with your favorite snobs over on the Discord channel.
Guys, remember to like, follow, subscribe. Really helps us when you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to build it out. And, of course, all the likes definitely help us with the algorithm. And we have tons of great shows available on YouTube right now. And we're adding more all the time, and plus plenty of live events. So make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
That tasty algorithm. And then cruise on over to the Scene Snobs and check out our link tree and head over to the merch store, where we have some fantastic new designs up, put together by yours truly, Mick Manhattan, the man with the magic touch. So cruise on over there and make sure you're ready for all of your Christmas gift-giving needs. Between mugs, tumblers, shirts, hoodies, we got you covered. So cruise on over and buy yourself some sweet, sweet merch.
Yes, guys. And if you do get some merch, we would love it if you would definitely tag us in Snob Nation, hashtag Snob Nation. Take a picture of yourself with the merch. We'd love to see it. But make sure you guys are following us everywhere. We're at the Scene Snobs, pretty much everywhere. I think I changed TikTok to at the Scene Snobs as well, so it's the same. Finally, they let me. But make sure you're following Casey as well. He's on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Plotimus21, at Casey the Madman, and at Twitter Night. Go follow us and hang out. All the links for everything here are down below. So thank you guys so much on this Friday morning for joining us. Casey, take it away, my friend.
We appreciate it as always, and we hope we gave you a little bit of entertainment and a great way to kick off your Friday morning. This is a podcast, of course, and recorded. So if you happen to be listening at some other point, hopefully we made you smile one way or the other. So just remember, we hope to see you next week. And as always, be kind to yourself, be kind to each other.
That's right, everybody. So go enjoy your weekend and keep the coffee warm, and we'll see you next Tuesday.